Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
I see that I got grabbed by little Miss Grippers.
Oh, you got more than grabbed. You got fucking suplexed. You got two more critical injuries on you from that
Nice.
hit. Because she critted you with the triumph, and then you went to 0, which was another critical injury.
Good.
And the funny part is the critical injuries you got fit the bill exactly on how what should happen to you. For you had your senses knocked.
Nice.
Sorry, senses shattered was it, and you were bowled over. So basically, there was a crack to your head, and you flipped to the point where your head was on the ground and your feet were in the air, and then you went back down as a thud.
Beautiful. And I assume Spaz was successfully captured as well.
Oh yeah, he was stunned in the corner by the two commando droids.
Good. So in the end, everything went exactly to plan,
Everything
although
went to
very
plan.
painful.
The plan was perfectly executed. Aside, you pissed her off a little more than what you should have. You could have been stunned like he was.
Yeah. I'll
Instead,
be
you
all
got
right, I'm
punched by a
sure.
hut.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna say, not many people get to say that. You were decked out by a hut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thinking about it though, and I could be misremembering here, but I'm pretty sure you still stayed up longer than Spaz did, even though you were going toe to toe with the hut, if I remember correctly. Now, by half a round, but
I'll
at
take
least you can
it.
say you went down last.
I'll take it.
He did. In the initiative counter, Spaz was shot to shit with stun rounds before you got decked out.
And you and Grim made it out.
Yep. Grimjaw and Ukel got out with Vorse.
Outstanding.
With the vault as well. You took the whole vault.
And I got my fucking pistols out of there.
Yep.
Had that
that was gonna cause a lot of problems.
I had that last minute I should not have these. There, one of two things was gonna happen. Either I would never get them back, and I put a lot of credits into them, or it would make my situation drastically worse, or both.
It was gonna make it.
You know?
Honestly, it was gonna make your situation drastically worse.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? Nah. Let's fucking.
You see how right now you're just medically unstable and you're on death's door? They would have just finished you. In all honesty.
It's fair. They're like, oh, he's a clone? He's expendable.
Well, what kind of value am I gonna get out of that?
Yeah. Ain't nobody spending money to buy back a clone. I already spent the money to buy him in the first place.
In all fairness, like Grimjaw, if you were discovered as a clone where he was discovered as a Trandoshan, you guys wouldn't have been captured. You guys would have just been shot.
Yeah.
Because you are more trouble alive than you are dead.
I tend to have that effect on people.
Oh, I know. I'm watching your character. I'm watching him frolic and grow and get literally clobbered by everything. And watching other people take the same amount of hits and go down way quicker. because I think I hit you 5 times that round, and
Mm-hmm.
it took a hut punching you into the floor.
Yep, I got stabbed twice. I got shot once. No, I got shot
And
twice, I think.
you got
Yeah,
shot twice, and you got punched twice by the hut.
yeah, man.
And you got to witness your disruptor deal 0 damage to
I
an
know.
organic being.
That was only mildly terrifying. Yeah, he can take a beating, especially with the
Yes.
shitload of stim packs that he's got.
Wow. It's gonna be really fun when we take them all away.
I know. I just gotta go buy a biofeedback regulator for my armor. Let the armor do it for me.
Oh boy. Hey, look, it's Ruben.
Bark.
Pork.
Hashtag bork. Just been setting up for LARP next week, organizing all my shit. I like skip LARPs with that kind of preparation. Like one LARP will be like, ah yeah, super prepared, whole week before, everything's good, and then another LARP will be like, it's the day before, and I have not done anything. Oh, and like watching anime and shit. Because I'm bored and it's hot. It's so hot. Oh god, it's so unbelievably hot. Wait, we went. It was like people keep telling me it's like, yeah, I know it's hot. I went from like 14 degrees and like still activating the heat in my car in the morning to, not even joking, the very next day it's 90 degrees. I was like, okay, I guess it's just 90 degrees now. Sure, why not?
Yo, I did it again.
Doesn't sound like fun.
Well, welcome to the temperate zone.
Oh, you see. Would you like to know my melting temperature?
-2.
No, my melting temperature is 77.
Oh.
And then I die. I become Frosty the Snowman, the puddle.
Yeah, other than that, I've just been catching up on anime.
The Animus. I finally finished the Owl House.
Yes. Yes, I finished this as well. Very good ending.
I enjoyed.
10 out of 10.
Were you stabbed?
Was I stabbed?
Were you stabbed during the moments? I will not spoil moments.
Oh yeah, 1000%. I was stabbed. Like through the heart, I assume.
Yes. Emotional damage. Come on.
Emotional damage.
The words that shall never be spoken.
What are you talking about? I'm waiting to have you guys. We're gonna start having lore, and people are gonna learn about each other in this game.
Emotional damage means nothing to me but wartime.
I'm mildly terrified of Chris, of Mr. Captain Jack, running us into damnation for his blood revenge of 5 silver.
I'll just say the
actually-
amount of assumptions being made. Like, I'll just
I know.
I mean, like, some of them have more merit than others. I'll give it, but I'm just gonna stand in the back and go like, yeah, sure.
I'm going. Everyone's going. Money. We were promised money.
Sorry, Josh, are you saying something?
Oh, I was just saying, I just finished Attack on Titan.
Ah,
Atta boy.
I'm in.
Man,
How you feel?
great.
I wouldn't. That ending was fucking awful.
I agree.
Is it actually over now? Or is it going to be the final season of the final season, part 3?
So there's another episode that was released last month, and it just hasn't been. They don't have a dubbed version yet,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like an hour and a half long.
Jesus.
So I've considered watching it with subtitles, but I kind of just don't want to do the time sync.
I'm a little flexible.
Okay,
like,
you
I'm
missed nothing.
I'm catching up on Boku no Hero right now, and I usually watch subbed. But like, if it's like clear that we're in the middle of the filler for the season, I'll like clean my room and do stuff. At which point I will like hot swap to dubbed so that I can like
Yeah.
listen to it while I'm walking about my room doing stuff.
Well, for me, I always listen to them as I'm driving up to work.
You
Mhm.
disgust
So
me. You all disgust me. Listening to things in dub. Ugh.
See, here's the
Ugh.
thing: is like
Why would
Ugh.
I bother listening to a
Sub.
language that I haven't no interest in learning?
yeah, the subbed. Like, if you're watching subbed anime, that is
love
what
subbed.
you're doing. And like, I don't
Yeah.
have the kind of time in my life to sit down and do a thing.
Ugh.
nope.
If I'm not
Ugh.
doing like 3 or 4 things at once, I'm falling behind.
You have
You-
ADHD.
The last
Yes.
the last time I watched something in dub,
No,
there
whiner.
happened to be Pokemon on the screen.
And I will happen to say that it is quite jarring when you hot swap from like dub to like sub immediately. But like, I got LARP next
Oh,
week, so
sure,
it's
yeah.
convenient. It's convenient. It's great because you know, like all the voices are gonna drop like 6 octaves.
Mhm.
I
Thank
was
you.
watching
Nikki
a
is
scene
the
where,
voice
like,
of reason.
One of the characters with like the highest voices like in the sub is like it's like you when like I don't know how else to explain it other than I went from the highest like Japanese voice to associate with the character to like I was like, oh hi Yuri Lowenthal. It's been a while since I've heard you. Of
No,
which,
it's
of
really
course,
bad
I mean,
when
it
you
hasn't.
can recognize most of the dubbed actors and actresses.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's
playing
oh,
Star
it's
Wars
you.
Force.
That's the other
what's
thing for me.
What's the online Star Wars called?
The Old
one that we were
Republic?
playing?
The
The Old Republic. Like for some reason, Yuri Lowenthal voices like passing NPC lines in that as well. Like
Mhm.
he's
Yep.
just
It's like,
fucking
oh,
everywhere.
That's my favorite pastime when I'm watching anime is I'll be watching and then suddenly, you'll hear Matt Mercer or Laura Bailey and I'll
Yep.
start furiously texting James like James.
Yep.
Hey.
I do the same thing now. Just like, oh hey Matt,
Yeah.
fancy meeting you here.
I know, right? Like, oh,
Oh,
when did
well,
you
there's
sneak in?
Travis. Yep.
They all
Yeah.
start to blur together.
They all
Yeah, I was
just sound the same.
They so very much do not. That's their whole job is to not sound the same.
They all
Well,
sound the same.
how I
Now I know
interpret it
you've
is
never been to Japan.
they all sound the same to me means whenever I hear it, like Yuri Lowenthal, love him to death, still love all his voice acting, but whenever I hear him, I just hear Yuri Lowenthal. Like I don't hear it as the voice of the character.
He doesn't have the character.
It's
yeah,
a
they-
similar. It's unfortunate. It's not his fault, and
Yeah.
it's not even an overcasting thing. It's just like stuff he like appears and just happens to get really popular kind of thing. But it's kind of like similar to the Dwayne the Rock Johnson effect, where like
Mhm.
after a certain point, I'm like, well, that's just Dwayne the Rock Johnson. That's not him playing a character. That's just Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Like,
The one-
who's he
in a
supposed?
movie.
Who's Dwayne the Rock Johnson supposed to play?
Usually
Wow.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Just
Who,
Dwayne.
who is he supposed to
Rose.
play? Like, let's be real.
Rose
let's be
is
real.
very, very good, yeah.
The only other person that you can quote unquote say that
kind of typecasting?
that he can play differently was the one time he was in an animated thing that I remember. But he played that thing that he already was, which was a Hawaiian dude. I mean, he's not
No.
Hawaiian, of course, but
Come on.
you understand what I'm saying.
Pacific Island.
So,
Which is
oh
like
hey,
Hawaiian in
speaking of
Tatted Pacific Islander, yeah.
Speaking of recognizable voices, the latest Legend of Zelda trailer, which I also want to hear Ruben's thoughts on the things in that trailer. Have you
What-
seen it?
I've seen an analysis of the trailer. I have not seen the trailer like uninterrupted.
Agreed, Weiner.
I hear there's a lot of. Okay, here's my thing, right? I hear, quote unquote, that there's a lot of like talk about them, quote unquote, reusing the map, but I have not actually, and this applies to most things I hear discourse about.
Oh,
I
that's
have not seen I have not seen the discourse. I have only seen people say that there is discourse. So, and
Okay.
that like applies to most things. Like,
So-
I got to the point where I don't believe that there is discourse. Like, I genuinely don't.
So a clarification on what he's
Serious.
asking. Clarification on what he's asking. Have you seen the Art of Ganondorf? Because I have.
I have not.
Okay.
As well.
So the Art of Ganondorf. You should
And I have to look
you
up
should look it up.
Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
And he is voiced by Matt Mercer. This is going to be the fastest I will ever fall in love with a villain if I play that game. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yes, Daddy.
Images.
I want to see Ruben Gay
Oh,
fanboy.
I've seen it. I've seen it. So I have seen it. I just didn't know that I've seen it. Like, yeah, that's a.
That's a man
that's
right
like
there.
that looks like Samurai Ganondorf, if I'm being honest. Like, he looks like he's a samurai. Like, they stylized him as a samurai.
Why
in
don't
this
You
we
know-
Never
just
been
have
better.
pirate? Why can't we just have Pirate Ganon back?
Right?
Pirate Ganon was chat. It was chat o'clock. All right.
At a clock. Okay, but hold on, because if we're talking voice actor casting, can we talk about Laura Bailey for a moment? Because, like you said, like Yuri Lowenthal and Dwayne the Rock Johnson, they're only ever Yuri Lowenthal or Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
No,
but
no,
like,
no,
but like
specific.
Laura Bailey.
Laura actually has
Well,
some
here-
range.
Okay, so Laura has some range, yes, but through no fault of her own, she always gets cast as mommy, and she kills it. Like, have y'all seen Full Metal Alchemist?
Yes.
Lust?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. Bro,
Nothing's
when
more disappointing to me, like when I watched the I don't like calling it the original, but when I watched FMA first, not
Mhm.
Brotherhood, and Lust stays throughout like most of the series, whereas in
Man.
Brotherhood she gets taken out almost immediately.
But
It's, like,
let's
the most
say,
Bro.
jarring thing.
like, call it what it is. It is the original. I don't care that that Brotherhood
Yeah.
follows the manga.
The
I don't give a
original
fuck.
Yeah.
All right. The way the original ended was actually fucking rad as hell. I'm not saying Brotherhood isn't good in its own way.
I had a conversation about this with my coworker yesterday.
But Full Metal
Like, I'm not
Alchemist,
saying
the
it was
original
bad.
version
I'm
was
just saying.
co-partner.
Hey, I'm
saying,
not
like-
Ruben. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not
That's
yelling.
okay.
No.
No, I'm not
I'm
yelling at you.
yelling at you.
I'm yelling
at
at
you.
everybody
Yelling
else who's
through
like,
you.
Brotherhood is infinitely better. No, fuck
Nah.
off, all right?
It
They
is,
had
though.
no
It is,
To be
material
fair.
to work with, and they pulled it off.
Yeah,
To be
they had
fair.
no material to work with because they insisted on continuing to
Yeah.
produce it despite getting ahead of the manga.
To be fair, Brotherhood is the only one available now, so like, you know.
I think they're different, but I'll
But
say
no,
what I said to
when-
my coworker the other day when we were talking about, which was if it was possible to take more than a 180-degree turn,
Mhm.
how my face when you get to like the final episode and it's like, oh, by the way, let's go to like 1941 like post like no middle of World War II Germany and say it's like, oh, you know, alchemy, that's where all the energy comes from, the dead soul.
Yeah.
Hashtag not my truth.
Yeah.
No,
literally hashtag not my truth.
You know what I am way too excited for is the fact that we just added HBO Max to
Yeah,
our
why?
as one of our Prime channels,
Mhm.
and I was searching through it to see all the new things that I got, and the OG Teen Titans is on there.
Oh,
Yes,
man.
it is. It's so good.
Hey.
Oh
Honestly?
man.
Honestly, okay, all right. It's good. It's great. It's fantastic. It's perfect. Wouldn't give it a second watch. Here's why.
Chris,
It's got-
fill the hot takes today.
This is just on fire.
He's ready.
here's-
He's ready for.
Hold on,
Wait a
hold
minute,
on,
wait a minute,
hold
wait a
on.
minute.
1 second. Let me answer chat real quick. Some of us have, some of us have not. No spoilers,
I have
please.
not yet.
I have
I'm
not.
There are no
not-
spoilers,
I'm
'cause
not,
we
I'm not
kinda-
doing any spoilers. I'm
No,
not
no,
doing any
I-
spoilers.
Talking about
No,
D&D
no,
movie.
no.
That was
Chat's
an
asking
answer to
D&D
chat.
movie.
Okay,
Oh,
back to your hot take. Let's hear it.
Okay, it's not hot. Here's the thing.
Oh, it's always hot.
It's something that needs to stay in
Your
my younger
childhood.
years.
The
you don't
rose-tinted
wanna take
goggles
it.
make it better.
You know,
Like,
I can see
Oh,
that.
here's another hot take. Yeah, rose tinted goggles, something that needs to stay in your childhood. You mean like the Mario movie?
Ooh.
Hey, fuck you. That was great. Fantastic.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. I'm just saying.
Treasure. Do you remember the original?
I'm
Goombas?
just.
Oh my god, the original fucking Mario and Luigi.
Goombas that I can't get out of my head.
look,
I'm just saying that it felt. I had a very listen, I liked the Mario movie, but I can't get behind all these people that are comparing it to all these other movies that are like I would grade on a different scale. Like I'd grade the Mario movie on a rose
child's
tinted dog.
movie.
Yeah,
Who
of course I
gives
would.
a
That's
fuck?
why I say
Banger
I
movie.
hated it. Didn't say I hated it.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. I'm
Yeah,
saying
it's a child movie.
it's a child's movie.
Went to the
Who
movie, turned
gives
my
a
brain
fuck?
off, had a wonderful had a wonderful time, loved it a lot. Would not compare it to like a movie that takes itself
Oh,
is
God,
meant to be
no,
taken more
no.
seriously. I see a lot of people doing that, and I'm
Did
like,
they
why
do
are
a
you doing
good
that?
job for Bowser?
No.
What's Bowser?
No, Bowser
Very
was
fucking-
Jack Black.
Very fuckable.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah,
So-
Bowser was Jack
That's-
Black. Bowser was funny, but he wasn't Bowser. Now, like, the
I
thing
had to
is,
say, I
you're
saw
gonna
it.
get a
Bowser's
lot of
always funny. Have you
appreciation
played
out
the
of the
game?
thing. You're gonna get a lot of appreciation out of the fact that, like, when they're, they have to make a car. Like, they go through the boxes just like you do in Mario Kart, and then they literally press A. Like, that's the kind of movie. That's the kind of movie it is. Like,
Still
it's
fun.
fantastic
Oh,
in its
yeah,
own
like,
way.
fully fan
It's
service.
definitely a fan service movie, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Nobody
I never
cares.
said it was
Nobody's
fun.
nobody
Everybody
should
like
be comparing it to like a fucking Avengers Endgame movie. Like, come
Okay.
on.
Exactly.
so here's my
Why is
hesitation
it
on it,
being
right?
Compared to that, like that's not even in the cat. That's not even the same belt.
I was kind of concerned to watch it. Like I was not terribly interested to watch it because of the casting. Because like they cast a bunch of A-list actors, but like Chris Pratt is just Chris Pratt. Jack Black is just Jack Black. Like it didn't feel like it was going to be a Mario movie. It felt like it was going to be a Chris Pratt and Jack Black movie, right? But knowing that the movie doesn't take itself seriously, I feel like that's probably more okay than if they were trying to make a genuine Mario movie. Does that make sense?
Here's
Oh, it's
the
fine.
thing.
I was just being controversial.
I mean, fair.
Here's the thing. If you're going to like compare the movie to like the actual games and stuff like that, they are that silly.
Mhm. Yeah.
You should if you
Paper
want a
Mario.
good-
Oh my god.
Yeah.
if you want a good version, like a great version of like the characteristics that all the characters have and about like their personality and everything, go play Mario
I'm
Superstar
gonna say
Saga.
real quick.
Like-
I gotta say real quick. #no spoilers. But if you needed to ask me to like pick something out, I'd be like, even though like it was like nostalgic and like great and I love it and it's amazing, there were some questionable dialogue points in this movie. Like there are some movies that if you take like out and you just look at the scene and you like follow the like if you were to put the dialogue on a script and you read it, you just kind of go like, huh? Like even with all like the emotion like notes from like a script writing standpoint, you'd be kind of like, well, that was kind of quick.
So Nikki, I'm with you on that one. Paper Mario is exactly what I was thinking of because I can't help but think of there's a specific scene where I want to say it's like Toad and Peach are in jail and they're trying to figure out how to get out of jail, and then Peach just kind of turns, she's made of paper, and just walks through the bars, like that level of silliness. And if that's what
I remember that.
like
Oh,
if
it's great.
that's what they're applying to the movie and like that's the translation that they made, I'm 100% in for a Jack Black and Chris Pratt. Like that makes sense. I thought it was going to be a Mario movie that like took itself seriously, and that I was not excited for.
No,
I think a
you
lot
don't
of people
want
were
great.
saying
You
saying
don't-
if they tried to take it seriously that it would kind of like it would
flop.
Yeah, it would have flopped hard.
And I agree with that, but I just gotta say, because my mom walked into the room, we were talking about Jack Black real quick. The Jack Black thing, I loved him as the character, but as soon as I saw, like, my partner didn't even know it was Jack Black. He couldn't tell, and I was like, really? You couldn't tell even during the piano part, like that, where it's like it just told Jack Black to go into a room and just be Jack Black for like 5 minutes.
2 minutes.
And, like, I turned to him and I went, "This is amazing. I love this. This is setting off all of my childhood buzzers." But like, that is not that is not about like it's like I could never picture about like Bowser
Totally
like
is though.
is it?
Yeah,
It depends. Depends on which Bowser you're looking at, but yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
no,
which
Are you
Bowser
looking
is
at
the-
Fury Bowser, or are you looking at like regular Joe Bowser, who just kind of happens to live in the
Look-
same kingdom as Mario?
Look, listen. You guys,
Bro,
you
for
guys
real, I do
forget-
need a Kirby movie too.
Mhm.
You guys
Mhm.
don't. You
Kirby
guys
would be a
don't
good
need. You guys don't understand. Bowser's like also like a dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted
And-
Bowser Jr. in this
Okay,
movie.
but
Like-
can we talk
like-
about how good of a dad Bowser is? Like,
Yeah, like
what?
but that's the kind of thing that I mean. Like he's yes, he
This-
goes and
This
kidnaps
Bowser needs like
somebody.
a few therapy sessions, then he's good to go, I think.
No, he's always gonna be Bowser. Leave him
Mhm.
alone, all right?
Leave Bowser alone. He's
Leave him
traumatized
alone.
now at this point.
Okay.
It's been
I'm just
fucking
saying,
30
like-
years.
Like kidnapping Princess Peach, then Mario goes and saves him, and they have all these wacky hijinks adventures in between. Like, yes, back in the day when it was like Super Mario 1, 2, 3 World and stuff like that, you didn't actually get to see what kind of characters they were because you were just playing the game. But once they started developing stories and such, like Luigi is one of the best
Wiggy.
Luigi.
character arc development type of characters ever because
Dude,
The
I
best
really
way
wanted
to-
him to like lead an escape like right as they got there at the end or something like that. Maybe not even
Luigi
lead, just
has
get
the-
out.
Luigi has the problem of not having a sense of scale when it comes to fear.
I know you said
like-
fear, but I heard feet, and then now I'm just thinking of Luigi trying to like scale feet.
Fear for Luigi is like it's always scary. It doesn't matter what it is. So like end of the world or spider on the desk he's scared of both.
Yep.
But
That
is
is
the same
such
level.
a good analogy.
he's scared of both. But like he doesn't know that one is significantly worse than the other. Exactly. Like and Mario being like always the go-getter and type of thing. That's just Mario.
Yeah.
That's just
It's
Mario.
Ania.
Mario.
Bowser being like evil, but not like
Evil. He's just an
infinite
ass.
evil.
He's just an
Infinite evil. He's like just trying to get into Peach's pants
Can
and
I
stuff
just-
like that. Like
Whiner,
Can I just
how
personal-
could-
that's just
Personal
Bowser.
Personal nitpick, when they played I Need a Hero in the movie, I really wanted it to go harder than it actually did in that scene.
Nothing
Like,
will
I needed
ever.
more- I
nothing
needed
will-
something more over the top. Like they should have put fireworks at the flagpole.
No,
or
no,
some shit.
no. The I Need a Hero has already been absolutely masterclassed in film. So there is no point in
dude.
trying. Yep, there's no point in trying to meet up with Shrek. Like that ship has sailed. You've lost.
Oh,
I'm not
Just-
saying I was expecting that. I'm just saying it was like it could have tried a little harder.
It just
I did
won't
cry at
clap
the Luigi scene
like
at
it
the end.
does.
But yeah,
You
like,
know, so to
that's-
Weiner's point about a Kirby movie, potentially controversial take here. The Kirby movie, I would want it to take itself seriously. Because I want to see someone do a take on the actual Eldritch abomination that Kirby is. I like that would be incredible to me. Make
It's
that
a
shit
horror
a
movie.
yeah, make that shit a horror
Yeah.
movie.
You guys seen the Winnie the
Dude,
Pooh? horror
You
movie
leave my
trailer?
fucking xenophobic alien alone.
Hello.
Look, Kirby needs to stay in whatever medium he is right now because there's never any stakes when it comes to Kirby.
Yeah.
Kirby wins. That's the end.
Yeah.
That's the
Dude, like,
end of that.
can you imagine like a live take of Meta Knight? No.
Oh my
No,
god.
you can't.
Mm.
You can't. That's the thing. You just can't because he's too savage. He's too awesome, and no one could do him justice.
Exactly.
And then,
Like,
but
I
even
mean,
then, Kirby would still beat him.
yeah, exactly because Kirby wins.
Kirby is just a monster.
Yeah, see, I want to see like take it as a horror movie, right? Or like a suspense, and the majority of the movie is not Kirby, right? Like Kirby's just this thing lurking in the background, doing
Yeah.
Kirby things, and like it's I don't know Meta Knight and DDD fighting, and you get this decent movie of like action and seriousness, and then Kirby, and the rest of the movie is just them running from the Eldritch Abomination. One waddle do at a time.
Like, if you want to see a Kirby movie where Kirby's like a monster, go play Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. All right?
Mhm.
All right, play the whatever the fuck version of Subspace Emissary is on that thing. World of Light, I think it's called. Play that. He beats. He's supposed to solo that shit.
Jesus.
Whoa,
We
Kirby's
have-
a monster.
We have everyone
His
here.
health
Kirby
bar
is a
in
monster.
most games are not health. It's how much he gives a fuck. Because whenever you go to the game over screen, it's just him sleeping.
Yeah. It's like I'm done now.
That is true. That is true.
I've never looked at it that way before.
Hey, but if they made a Kirby movie, do you think they'd make Kirby talk?
No.
I hope
I
not.
hope not.
I mean, they don't commonly make Mario talk. I mean, he has
He would
talked.
too.
Mario.
Mario does talk. It's
He
I think
just-
he does. I just said not commonly.
He just has very strict voice lines. Like he only says
What
a
if they made
few
a-
things usually.
Okay, they made like a Legend of Zelda movie, like his Link talking. Like how far?
No, but Link doesn't talk. Period. He can't talk.
He's
all
a
right.
mute.
Can't.
He's a mute.
He's a mute.
Can't.
It's just him making the noises the whole movie. But
Yeah,
anyhow, they'll
yeah.
still pay for a very like popular like name and voice acting to do the line.
What are you-
Oh,
what are you
yeah.
talking
Well, I mean, they
about?
did
This
that
is,
with,
this is Ocarina of Time. He goes hup hup.
Oh,
They did that in Deadpool. Was it Deadpool? Where Deadpool 2, I think, where he makes his own like
Oh, and
Avengers
Groot is voiced
team,
by Vin Diesel.
and the
Yeah.
Invisible Man was like fucking.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember who it was, but it was
Johnny
like
Tate.
yeah, the Invisible Man was like some S-class actor who literally got 30 seconds of screen time, and they did it
Yeah.
solely because Ryan Reynolds thought it would be funny.
Yeah.
So like I would
And it was.
100% see that happening.
I don't know. I don't remember that scene, but I can 100% imagine like someone saying something and Deadpool like taking a whole ass like 2 seconds to look over and go like, "Holy shit, is that Terra Strong?" Like just in the middle of the
Yeah.
movie, just like break the fourth wall like that.
Since you mentioned it though, and now we're talking about Daddy Reynolds. Have you seen have you guys ever just taken a step back and watched any of his commercials that he does?
Yes. Yes, they're all hilarious.
They're so good.
They are hilarious on so many levels. Like the one that he did with the chick who I think it was the news that she like did the news wrong or something like that, and she was it was like her having a drink. She was just like, "Man, I really messed that up." Like just like the way that he's able to take nothing seriously and make light of every single thing possible is beautiful.
He's on my
perfect.
list of like if like shady shit comes out about these like celebrities, I'd kill myself. Not literally,
Fucking
but just to get my
His-
head
I
perfectly
get what you're saying. I get what
Yeah.
you're saying. They have to not be bad.
There's like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a list of celebrities where I'm like,
I would lose my collective marbles if they turned out to be like
Yeah.
horrible pieces of shit or something
I
like
can't.
that.
It's
the
kind of hard to keep track of that list, but I just know there are other names on that list as well.
the commercials he does with Hugh Jackman crack me up. The one where he's like, we've been feuding for a long time, but we decided we were gonna really put in an effort to make a truce here, and he shows this like carefully crafted like Emmy nominee kind of ad for Hugh Jackman's coffee. And he's like, now let's see the one that you did. And Hugh's like, and the ad is just him knocking over the gin and letting it all spill out.
Wasn't there like a
Bro.
heartfelt, like joke video last year where like they filmed a thing where like Hugh Jackman said, "Yeah, I'm gonna reprise Wolverine for the next Deadpool movie" or
Mhm.
something, and it was like
Yeah,
this whole.
yeah.
The announcement of Deadpool 3.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I thought it was a
And then
joke
it-
though.
Nope.
It was
No.
also like
That
they
was
were.
legit.
Funnier. That's
It
funnier.
was funny because he was like, right after that, they did one. They were like, okay, now I know you're all curious about how we're bringing Wolverine back and how it's going to work into the universe and everything. So we figured we'd take a second and explain it to you. And then the two of them start going into this like super intense conversation with the camera, like explaining everything. But
Mhm.
background music starts playing too loud and you can't
Oh,
hear
yeah.
anything that they're saying.
Like when,
It's so
classic.
funny.
I can't think
Alright,
of another
alright.
example where that happens.
We gotta
but-
stop. We gotta stop. We're 35 minutes in.
Oh
Do
god.
we? I thought we were waiting for people.
Well, they're both
Waiting
here.
for
They're
what
just
people?
they're both muted.
Ah.
Well.
Snap out of it.
Let's
Did I snap you out of it?
stab him with your fucking cactus hands.
I'll fix the problem.
Can I take away my 1d4 bleeding damage?
No.
Yeah. How
Or
did
am I
you
still bleeding?
How did you heal? Did someone come through and heal you?
Hmm?
I mean, it's totally fine.
I still have damage
can.
taken.
I don't
I
think
just
anybody has.
the fucking
When
because
I get back on the other boat.
the imagery of that was just hilarious to me because this dude came up and
Oh.
skewered you. You turned
Sometimes it
around,
heals
you
when
hit
level
him.
Up, so.
Oh, that might have been it. You hit him 3 fucking times in a row, like did not miss, and cut him up. You got this stacking bleed. So he finally, you finally kill him, and I'm just imagining Jack turning around, like holding his sword up, like, we did it, guys, and collapsing. Because you ended that combat with, 1 HP.
I like
1
the
HP
idea
and a
too that
perpetual 1d4 bleed.
he
Mhm.
turns
What
around
could
and
go
there's
wrong?
like this green hue on the front of him because he was in front of that bomb blast.
All I remember is that at the end of that, Solace killed him, and he was like, "I'm sorry, Captain." He's like, "Thank fucking God! I was just trying to distract him for so long."
He's like Rick from that one episode. It's like I was not in control there. I did not know what was gonna happen. I was not. I could.
Well,
So if I understand correctly,
Mhm.
for the ship, we
Oh, yeah.
decided to take the guns, take the cannons that we could.
okay,
For sure, the front swivel gun.
okay.
Definitely the chest and its containments. And also the potentially missing sailing gear that we didn't have on our ship from below deck.
Okay.
But I think that we do still need to come to consensus on what we're doing with the actual ship itself.
In addition to that, just from random gear kind of scattered around, you can fully equip your secondaries with whatever gear they would have started with.
Okay.
Awesome. I have a secondary question that I was gonna try to ask in character. Oh, I'm sorry.
What
So-
were you gonna say?
I was gonna try to find a way to ask it in character, but I think it's an out of game thing. Are we, because it's come up in most of the battles involving the ship right now? What's our ammo for cannon situation look like, or how can we keep track of it? I guess.
If
At
you
the
play a
moment,
video game, it has that sideways 8. It's,
does it now?
You're challenging Adam, and I like it.
Yeah, no.
Is there,
So you left fully stocked, so I've not been worrying about it. But
Okay.
once we get
So
to
we're
a regular,
Just gonna play it
basically,
by-
yeah, basically, I'm playing it off as Black Blood probably had this thing pimped and loaded. So
okay, so barring anyone specifically looting our ship of its ammo and shit, we
Yeah.
should be good.
and then once you get established, then we'll start worrying about all that.
Well, he's it says Adam punching numbers into a receipt maker and little paper coming out. It's we'll worry about it later. We'll worry about it later.
where'd that typewriter come from?
So, as you can see from the screen here, last week was a bloody one. Sailing away from your little village, you took on this new crew and made your way pretty much just away. There wasn't a particular destination in mind immediately, just get away from the fire. And along your journey, you began discussing potential. Do we go back to mainland? Do we go participate in the race? Do we just go find an island? What's the plan? As you were discussing, came across a shipwreck. Strangely enough, no one appears to be on board. There doesn't even look to be much in the way of a fight. There's no bloodstains on the deck or anything like that. It looks almost as if the ship itself was immensely damaged by a rapid barrage, and then all of the people on board got swept up. whether taken on another ship or thrown overboard or who knows what, but they were all gone, and the ship was just left afloat. While looking around the ship, your tiny little axolotl friend went under the water to discover that there was some Sahuagin raiders nearby, and they began swarming to you in sizable numbers. Fortunately enough, as they kind of appeared in waves, you were able to beat them back, all the way up until the Baron himself showed up and put up a hell of a fight. But Captain v. Captain, with the help from a few of his crewmates, you guys were able to bring him down. And better yet, not let any of his underlings escape as they tried to flee, and you just hunted them all down. You have free reign to lock this ship up to yours, tie it up, and take all the guns and take whatever you will as you begin sailing away, now with a map and compass in tow. And whoever would like to, go ahead and make a perception check for me. A 19, that's 20, okay. But a few of you. Yeah, easily enough able to put together, or able to spot out on the horizon, very, very faintly, you can see yellow sails. Doesn't seem to be coming towards you or anything. In fact, it seems to be getting farther away. But yellow sails just kind of cresting off in the distance.
Is there a way to make a journal in this? Like, for note keeping?
You should have one, I believe.
Yeah, but like, which tab is it on?
Oh, did I not give you guys one? Yeah,
there's
good.
No, there's a journal. Oh, well, there is a journal tab, but
You can create
I only
your
have
own
a
journal.
GM screen.
It says create journal entry.
Yeah, if you create
what it
journal entry.
Huh.
I think.
So look at that.
Oh yeah, Theodore's got him. Anya punting and all of that. Yep, it is there.
Got it.
These yellow sails, which, using our compass, which direction are they sailing to?
That would be north.
Okay.
Is that the same way we're going?
Yes,
Technically, yes.
but significantly distant from you all.
Do we know, do yellow sails signify something? Like a crew in particular?
Yeah, make that be society check or sailing
It's a
lore.
lore check, right?
Yeah, there's a couple different things for it, so you tell me what you want to roll and I will tell you if it makes sense.
I'll throw out a sailing lore.
Alrighty.
I can throw out a society.
Alrighty.
Were we trained in sailing lore?
You should all be with the pirate background now. Or the pirate
Okay.
dedication. I believe that comes with it.
Oh, shoot. Let me add that then.
Like, I might be mistaken. Probably worth double checking, but I believe.
Let's see. Feats, pirate dedication. You become trained in sailing lore or
Sailing
expert.
lore, yeah.
Or expert. I think I
Okay.
actually have 2. So I need to. Yeah, I came with sailor, so I need to change that to expert.
Society.
Oh, boo. Not a good sailor.
I'm a good societal.
Yeah, they all
Apparently
got
don't know
the
much
free
about-
pirate dedication.
Apparently, Karina's smart.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, like, after all of that
like
chaos,
Karina's
of all people, Karina just pops up like, oh, yeah, they're from, oh, wait, I just lost it. They're from Okano. That's a slave galley.
Slave. You hear? Listen, Sparks is
that
gonna
the
freak out.
kobold?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was the kobold. He is currently biting his nails.
You would also know, so Okano.
Just gonna take off this bleed.
Yeah, that's fine. Okano, they're
How do you spell that?
Okeno.
SLAVE.
Yeah. Their slave galleys are famed or infamous, if you will, and always seem to be in this game of cat and mouse with Andorran corsairs, because slave galley. So generally, when you see one, you will shortly see the other, and it usually will result in a bloody, not fun time.
So yellow
What?
sails means slave galley, and usually there's more than one.
No, usually
Okay.
there's someone chasing that slave galley.
Question.
Mhm.
The ship that we just found, would I recognize that as the Andorran ship?
No. No, they had the black sails, more common to the Shackles.
Okay. Well, I mean, what do we want to? Do we kind of just steer clear of them, or what do you think, Captain?
I see no reason to involve ourselves with them. That is, unless they're, gonna get in our way.
We don't have an eyeglass, do we?
I don't
That's a good
believe
question.
so.
Would there have been an eyeglass
Karina's
on this
making
ship?
one. Karina's making the one with her hands that children do.
Excellent.
Oh boy.
Make a search check, which I believe is just a perception.
Seek?
Did anyone
Go
see
ahead.
Connor say he wanted to roll for noble heraldry?
Heraldry? Yeah.
Jonathan, you're noble.
Does someone have
heraldry.
Theo's sheet?
Nope.
If you want to give me access, I can take
I?
over.
I've never done a thing. Okay.
Do you wanna take a sheet?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, have
It's been
at
a
it.
while. I've been avoiding it because everyone else has been doing it. But I feel like I gotta put in my work now.
Boom. There you are, friend.
Okay. I got you, Connor. Don't worry. I'm gonna get you some good rolls. I'm gonna get you some good rolls right here. Oh.
Mm.
Mhm.
Man.
Supremely average.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's not average. That's not a good roll at all.
One below average, right?
Well below
Technically.
average.
Well, we don't.
Consider it
I'm
plus
counting
five,
the. I'm counting the 5.
Huh.
But yeah, go ahead and take a look around, Chris.
Can I use the aid action and like my justification being I add
He
to
said
the
that's consistent.
Perception. Fuck.
The spyglass with the hands. Like if I put my hands
Wait.
in front of that
Wait.
hand spyglass, can I aid?
Perception.
Ah. So Jack goes in, like, kind of looking around and just halfway fainting from all the blood loss. And Shuya just kind of like slithers in behind him, like, is this what you're looking for? So yes, you have a spyglass.
Yeah. Chia comes up. So, is this what you're looking for? And Jack's like, thanks. All right.
Oh gee, guys.
Oh gee, Rick.
All right.
You watched it. Oh gee, Rick, I don't know.
All right. Let's give it a good look around, and starts looking.
Yeah, give it a good tug, Jack.
Captain. If we free slaves, that means more people for our crew, which means larger crew.
Which means more mouths to feed.
Yeah, that's true. But
Said you want to settle down on a port somewhere. I mean, we could bring them there, and they could populate that area, and then there'd be more people on our side instead.
Can anybody make food
bingo.
magically?
Of course I can. Yeah.
make food. I'm your chef.
No. We don't have enough to sustain all of us to begin with.
Well, I mean, if we take over the slaver's ship, I'm sure they have food on there. But I can make food magically.
And he's doing like the chin scratching, like, fuck, he has a point. Shit.
I will say I do have all of the animal, which if we do like fishing and stuff to try and bolster our food supplies as we go along, I can make the most of those carcasses to include more people to feed, etc.
All right, stop beating me over the head with this. All right, we'll go save some
Is this
slaves.
Solus or Sparks that's pushing it with me?
What?
Is this Solus or Sparks that's talking?
Solus.
Oh,
Sorry,
she's gonna high
I'm
five Solus.
Preserving my. She high fives you, but like you notice that he like meticulously like tries not to embed his claws. Because I can't retract those, as I've been told.
Yeah.
One day I'll play a character.
It's just a
with
high
retractable
five. It's not like you're holding your claws directly towards you,
Ah,
right?
Right.
Right?
right?
Right.
Right?
Now get over here and let me. Now get over here and let me heal you. Where's Apricot?
Who's my second again? What's his name?
Gunbrid?
Oh, Gunbrid. All right, Gunbrid. Let's go hunt down some slavers, I guess.
Apricot, where'd you go? He's like looking under barrels and like trying to like flipping things on the deck.
Given that the captain's injured, I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's what
I would imagine. I would imagine we're not like right on course with the other ship, so Gunbrid's gonna, turn the
Oh yeah,
turn
no.
the ship towards.
The ship is far. Like you're in a roughly adjacent course, but they have a significant lead.
Come. Is David here?
I am. I am not under anything. I am very high up.
Climbed all the way up, just hanging off the side of the mast.
Don't make me come up there and get you.
Oh no!
Can this is up there?
I can get up there.
Because I can't get down.
Kind of broke me, actually. That was a pretty good delivery, because I can't get down.
Just jump. I'll catch you.
No.
It's just he
a
looks
smash
at
cut to
Solus
us
like,
turning.
I
This
can't
is a
catch
smash
him.
cut to us turning the boat around.
I can't catch him.
I'll come get you.
Oh, she'll cast Mage Hand.
No. Get back on my head.
Get on me.
Yeah. He's gonna climb down with
All
his
right.
claws and his
Who's
climbing.
healing me and how?
I think both of us are healing you because you're like really lower, right?
I'll have bandits and dirt.
Yeah, see?
How do
Rub
you
some
have
dirt
dirt?
in it.
You just carry
Right.
dirt with you.
Don't ask. It comes out one of his
Tastes
orifices.
good.
It tastes
He
good.
just eats dirt.
Is it the dirt that goes in
yeah.
I mean,
your
he
mouth
is a
or the
plant.
dirt?
It makes sense.
How dirt.
Is it the dirt that goes in your mouth or comes out the other end?
Both.
Oh god!
It's recycled.
Infinite food source.
It's called soothing plaster. Alright. I'm gonna administer the first aid. Nope. Wrong one. Going to the wounds. There we go.
Does anyone know where treat wounds is in the
Oh, move
In
on.
your
You're drunk.
actions bar, it's in your exploration.
Yeah, exactly.
Exploration activities? Okay, that checks out.
So, I know we pushed heavily to go, take the slaver ship and all, but we are all kind of beat to shit. So, like, should we just tail it for a while?
You were the
maybe
one that
rest a
wanted
little
to
bit?
do it. Not...
No,
Well,
no,
he
you're
did-
right.
He said things before he thought.
You're right. You're right.
All
And
right.
then I realized I'm still
don't you
bleeding
worry.
from being stabbed.
I fucks.
All right, everybody, take a breather, rest.
Why is treat wounds not dragging onto my character sheet?
It is. It's just.
Oh,
not in
it's
the
under
tab.
exploration. That's
There you go.
There's like 6 of them.
Or
Who
the
did that?
I did
Did that to what?
that too. I fixed it.
Have you already done that to me?
It's every hour, and it's definitely been an hour since the last time.
Yeah.
How many hours do we got?
I can heal you as well. I think you're only. Oh no,
I don't
it's
think you're
immune to-
injured.
It's not per person.
It's
No,
correct.
how many-
You can.
Yeah, yeah, but it's like every hour, right?
Yeah, it's every hour.
I need a
can
lot of
heal you.
hours.
I can heal you every 10 minutes because of
Yeah.
continual recovery.
Yeah, but you know what else we have?
Go ahead.
A paladin.
Bed.
Or
Yeah,
should I
beds.
say a champion that uses lay on hands?
I could use the healing spell, but that's tomorrow.
That's Theo.
Yeah,
no,
that'd
I'm
be
looking,
Theo.
I'm looking for
Mhm.
it.
He gets to
Right.
refocus every, 10
30
I was
minutes.
about to say I remember him doing it, but he can just refocus. I just don't know how he refocuses.
10
Yeah,
minutes
what's
for
your
Already spending
refocus?
10 minutes.
I see it. Lay on hands. It's touch base. Hands become infused. Blah 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 blah. Because it has restore 6 hit points. It's one of the allies. They get a +2 status bonus. Refocus action. Increases
Like,
by
what do
6.
you do to refocus, though?
You spend 10 minutes focusing to refocus one focus point per refocus.
No, like,
Oh,
you do
yeah, I don't know what the one
something
is. I don't know what it is,
Yeah, so
but it's
they're-
usually not something that's extremely limited.
Yeah, it's never super hard. Like I know for a bard,
Which is-
for instance, it's like playing a song for 10
Yeah.
minutes.
For which
Yeah,
is it's
so-
playing with your cat or your familiar.
Yeah.
No, it's playing with your cat. All witches have a cat, regardless if they're familiar or not. Pray to spend the time healing others. So yeah, he can.
So he
heal-
can pray every 10
Yeah.
minutes and do
God,
it. All
that's
right,
painful.
cool. All you have to do is go to God.
Oh wait, hold on.
Huh?
Why does this say heal 12 pots?
Hold on. Before you do that, yeah. Before you do anything, godly and whatnot, let me take a look at him because I can usually do pretty good on like an attempt or two. AKA, I have mortal healing, and you fuck me over if you use divine magic within the past 24.
Listen, man,
Has
I
it
don't
been
know.
24 hours? I don't
mean-
remember.
I don't
So
care how I get my
I-
healing at this point. I just want it to heal me.
How do I roll for treat wounds?
You make a medicine check, and he tells you the DC
Oh, just-
you need
just
to
a
make.
medicine check.
It's
I
a
thought if
DC.
I
No,
thought
you
if I-
choose. You choose
thought if I
what the
threw up-
DC is.
I thought if I threw up treat wounds, it would have a button for me, but it didn't, so I'll just make a normal medicine check.
Yep, just a medicine check, which is a
Am I a
success.
master yet? Come on. Wait a second. Oh,
2d8.
I'm not a master, I'm an expert. Okay.
Well, never mind then.
Well, this is for me.
Okay, here's the.
I know.
What?
Oh, for Solus.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. I was gonna say.
And it's a normal treat wound, so you can. Presumably, you can still do your thing if you want, because I still need HP. So
My
Yeah, no, I can.
my wounds have already been treated once.
I treated them, yeah.
Yeah, and I got what 5 hit points out of it.
A whole whopping 5.
All right, let me make sure I'm selecting the right person
There's
first.
no reason to
Uh,
not do everything we can right now.
GM, I'm gonna start loading all the cannons.
Okay.
I was gonna get. That's why I asked about the ammo earlier. Because I'm pretty sure we said that too after the last one, but we kind of forgot at the beginning of the first.
Well, if it's a slaver ship, I don't know if we want to shoot.
No,
Yeah,
you're
just in
right,
case.
but like, yeah, just in case. They're pretty spot on with hitting people instead of the ship.
So I'm gonna reset that cannon to the normal arc as well.
Where would our additional cannons be?
I don't think we have any.
At the moment, they're all just kind of like piled in the center of the ship. They haven't been fully set up yet. So it was more a
Okay.
case of like get everything over and get on the move.
We haven't chosen a
Can-
direction yet.
Correct.
Can Gunbrid
So-
help me move Gunbrid and I guess Shuya help me move cannons around?
Sure.
So to clarify while we're doing this treat wounds thing. Apricot already treated his wounds, so he is now immune to the treat wounds action
Yes.
for an hour.
Yes.
So Solus cannot do
Hang on a
anything.
sec.
Yeah, no,
currently.
I stated that. No, I stated this earlier. When someone gets a treat wounds used on them, it doesn't matter who did it; they're immune to the action.
Yeah.
for the hour. And that
I
was
just-
no one treated wounds on Solus, so I was not immune to it.
So you're doing it. Okay, you're doing it to yourself.
Yes.
Okay, understood. I didn't understand that part.
It's okay. I just rolled for Sparks too, but I fucked up.
I don't know.
It hurts just like the slave owner.
Of note, I am probably realistically the best healer we have right now because I can do treat wounds every 10 minutes, and as long as there's no divine intervention, every success gives me a critical success, which is 48. So we can get relatively consistent 48 plus every 10 minutes.
It really depends.
No reason to not
If
have
ever-
Theodore work double time on that since we don't know how much time we have between here and the ship.
Well, the
Well,
reason would be that would be divine
so that I can
intervention.
do it.
That's-
yeah.
Honestly,
what if,
we could
what
just
if you
split it
can't
up.
get all of us done before we get there?
GM, how many cannons
Yeah,
do we
that's
have again?
fine. If we have to split people up, that's understandable.
Yeah,
all
that's
I'm
all I'm
saying is
suggesting.
like if we have time,
Yeah.
then it's more, I guess, efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find
Uh,
the most efficient way.
So
Gunbrid
the
and,
four that you
Xander
have,
also need healing.
Mhm.
Whenever.
the four that you have.
All right. Wait.
Mhm,
Let's get this organized. Who all
Cannons.
needs healing? Let's put it.
One at a
Let's
time.
get all the people. Let's
Uh-huh.
get all the people who need healing first.
Start like stacking up in the back real quick while I
Yeah,
answer
exactly.
this. For the cannons, you had the four that you already had.
Uh-huh.
You have the four that you just picked up, and the swivel cannon.
Okay. The rest of the cannons, I'm just gonna put along the side of the ship. Is there anywhere specific we want the swivel? Do we want it in the back like the other ship had it? Do we want it in the front?
It was in the
Probably
front on the other
front.
ship.
Okay. Okay. So. Ugh. Wow.
Because we could
That's
put
just
a stationary.
That's just a circle.
We could put a stationary in the back because it'll still cover
Mm-hmm.
a 120-ish degree fan, 180-degree fan.
Okay, swivel
So-
in the front. Big old boy in the back. I promise I'm not drawing penises again.
Again, for this one time specifically.
So that's one big and the swivel. So there's three more.
Yeah, three more.
Okay.
I'm confused. Why is Nikki telling me to stop throwing up?
I don't
I
know.
feel like our strong side is going on the right side, so I'm gonna put two extras on our right side and one extra on the left.
Okay, so from now on, I bring all battles to your left side. Got it.
And if
That's how
so,
we
if we
Trick you. I don't know.
if we got four, then we can put another one on the left side and just not use one in the back. That's okay.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter to me. I was just making a suggestion that we could even kind of space them out a little differently, so that like one is
I mean, I would think having one in the back would be a good idea. So you could like.
Yeah, I was
shoot.
thinking one in the back.
That I threw this up to him, like throw it. Oh, got it. I was confused as well. I just wasn't gonna say anything about it. You know.
So. Yeah, I mean. Do we want some back there, or do we want them up here? Do we want them back there?
I want 2 at the back because honestly, if they're behind us, we really should just be like turning, unless we're trying to make a great escape.
How do you? That'd be a lot of work to map everything out. Okay, so one in the back. Do we want more up by the captain? Do we want more down on the deck?
We need.
I feel like typically we have more people down on the deck, so I feel like
Yeah.
it'd be smarter to have them down there.
Okay. So we have 9 total.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 at the back, 1 at the front, and
Well, we have 8 total, and then the swivel.
yeah. So 2 at the back, 2 at the back, 3 on the sides. So that's 6.
2 at the back, 3 on the sides for 6.
Worth noting.
8 total. So.
Worth noting. This is kind of the landing page now. Like this is going to be the equivalent to the campfire scene. So feel free to draw like, you know, I saw someone was throwing out the cone earlier and all of that. Feel free to play around with this. This is yours. This probably won't be a battle map anymore. Unless I'm feeling particularly sad or something.
These rectangles are now where the proposed new cannons are.
So
What, you didn't like his little mushrooms?
No, especially because I actually like went through and copy and pasted mine so they're all the exact same size in the exact same place.
You know what? Whatever.
And we have 3, right? In the middle, on each side. Yeah.
Yeah, because you
1,
got
2,
the
3.
2 that were already there. Ah, welcome
Yeah.
aboard.
We got 4 new and a swivel, so 5 total. Venomoth!
How many new cannons did we get?
4 new
We
cannons.
have a total of 9. We have a
And
total
a
of
swivel.
9 cannons.
So you had 4 already. You took 4 from the other ship, and then you also took their swivel. You have 8 regular cannons and 1 swivel cannon.
Okay, do we want to leave these 2 at the front? So we're leaving these 2 at the front, right?
Yeah,
And then
those
there's
2 at the
3 on
front.
sides like that?
Uh-huh. And then the swivel is at the very front.
I mean, alternatively, do you need the 2 at the front? Because the swivel kind of has that whole arc there.
Does
mean, I'm not
the
so-
swivel's damage in comparison to?
It's the same.
It's the same, right?
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
So, I mean,
Here's the other
I'm not
option,
saying
by the
whether or
way.
not it's the correct or the incorrect answer. I'm just, you know, throwing thoughts out there.
Here's the other option, by the way. I don't know if we want to keep all 8 of the big cannons. We could do, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then sell these 2.
I mean, we can do
could.
that, but at the moment we have
Make a
all
little
8.
extra money.
Yeah, we totally could. At the moment, I think this is a good setup
Hear me
of how we
out.
have it. They're well spaced out. They cover every axis we need them to.
Hear me out, because the swivel's
2 in the
360,
back.
right? It can turn all the way around.
It's
About
270.
270. The 2 in the back can
270.
be kind of arced a little bit more like down as well instead of being straight off the side. I just can't really draw
Okay.
that necessarily.
I mean,
Given
even-
our gunners and their expertise in crafting and such, would it be possible to, and obviously not at the moment, but convert the swivel into a 360
it would be
if it
possible.
was attached to a fixed position?
It would be
You've got an
possible.
event. You've got an
Um,
inventor on board.
Yeah.
Then hear me out. We put it in the crow's nest.
Oh my god.
I
I think the physics
mean,
of that, like,
That is
Eh,
The physics of that get a little weird.
because you
Yeah.
not only
Yeah.
have to The hardest part is
don't
going to be
forget,
loading it.
let's
How are you
not-
going to
let's not
store
forget,
enough
when
ammo
you
up
fire
there?
a cannon, there's recoil. It,
That's,
like,
that's what I'm
shoot-
talking
it
about.
So-
the physics of it.
There's
Not
a-
and then
so
you have to
top
push it
heavy.
back
Yeah.
into position.
Yeah. So
There's a
there's
significant amount of
Oh
recoil.
dear God, you
so
fucking
The-
scientists.
the regular cannons, right? All of their recoil is directed into their wheels, so they're all good, right? They don't do anything. The swivel cannon is literally a metal rod embedded in the ship, so that the recoil is kind of disseminated throughout the frame of the ship. If you were to put that up in the crow's nest, all of that recoil is then focused on a single wooden pillar, which, like, it could, don't get me wrong, it's a sturdy wooden pillar. It could take a fair bit, but, like, eventually it is
It's
going to
not
crack the
designed
mast.
to take- It's designed to absorb a lot of force, but it's not absorbed to like
Alternatively,
take dynamic
how
force.
heavy
Mhm.
is the
It's
swivel?
designed to take the force of like a lot of wind blowing behind you,
Dude,
Yeah.
not a big jolt.
Dude, I love the idea of firing that cannon once, like up in the crow's nest. It immediately recoils, breaks the railing behind it, falls through the whole ship, and it starts sinking.
And you're just dead in the
Okay.
water now.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out.
Mhm, mhm,
I would assume everyone here has played Halo.
mhm.
So what
Oh,
if I
God.
just
Oh, no, where's
detach
this
the
going?
swivel cannon
Just
and run
carry it
around like
around.
Master Chief and just carry it?
Hand cannon. No, we can't do that though, because then we have limited ammunition.
Oh god,
we don't
it's
have the
literally called
sideways
the hand
8
cannon.
for our ammo anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
Listen,
it's
I'm not saying
a trade-off.
that it hasn't been done before, but there may or may not have been a certain person who shot a 60 millimeter cannon from a relatively handheld position. So
What?
it is
No,
definitely
no,
possible.
that would be so
It'd
irresponsible.
be irresponsible. Well,
Well, let me just say, whoever did that, or sorry, maybe did that, that's pretty fucking cool.
Oh, I thought it was Adam. Now I think it's James.
No,
No,
neither of us.
I'm not
Did
that
you-
fucking cool.
I heard a story when
I'm
I
like, it's
first
not- I'm
when I
not that
first
cool.
joined
I'm
the
not-
60 meter. The fucking some dude, while he was over in the sand, they were walking and did exactly what you just mentioned of like hand holding the 60 instead of putting it on their base because they were on patrol, and they were getting pot shot from a goat herder's hut. And so instead of taking the time to like fully set the thing up, the dude just had the tube and was like, kind of like eyeballed it, and then just threw the mortar in. It fucking
Yeah, I
he
definitely-
actually hit the hut, and I was like, "How are you that good at this?"
Real quick before we keep
I've
going,
definitely never breached a door with one of those. Or
Mm,
anything.
yeah, no.
What?
Josh, are you healing all of us?
Yeah, so the only one that I cannot heal or would recommend I don't is Theo, because he has a reliable way to heal himself that he's already done. So my reliability is down for him because I'm not
Alright.
like I
You
don't
heal
get
all
the
of us?
critical successes anymore. But yeah,
My
I can
body
do
is
everybody
ready. My
else.
body is ready. Touch me.
Paint me like one of your French girls.
Yeah, so are you
Touch-
gonna go
touch-
through each person healing?
Well,
Touch the lizard scale
Sure.
well, Solus, you already healed yourself, right?
with treat wounds.
Yeah, you can't be healed for another hour.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
not
because
I- but
yeah,
that's what I'm
it's
saying is
only-
I can heal people with
No,
treat
no,
wound
no,
status.
no.
No, but I
I
think it's
understand.
because
No, but
his.
he is immune to
I
it for an
understand
hour.
what
No,
Chris
hold on.
is saying.
Yeah.
So Chris's or Josh's comes with a stimulation of cooldown of 10 minutes, but I use mine, which comes down with a stipulation of an hour. So you can't
Yes,
use you
yeah.
on me
Correct.
until an hour.
So
Mhm.
yeah,
I can
he
down
is-
my life elixirs, or
Yes.
Connor can heal me.
Or you could
he's
wait an
already-
hour.
My point, Josh, was that he already did it. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
his
It all
Okay,
comes down
got
to
it.
Adam.
Yeah.
How much time do we have before we catch up to the ship? Can
You-
one of us do a check for like what our
Are
speed
we
is?
even going to be able to catch up to the ship?
I don't know,
one's
what are we-
actually
what are we
asked
doing?
that question.
Yeah, no one's
I
asked
assumed
that
we were doing
question.
that.
You would be able to
I
follow
assumed
the
you
ship.
would.
You would not be able to catch it, unfortunately.
Why not?
So here's the thing, right? You are a sloop. You are fast. They are also a
Yes.
sloop.
Oh,
You are fast enough to keep up. Like you're fast enough to be able to keep them on your skyline, but they are as fast. So unless there's
How
like
fast
some
does a swoop go?
that's a
Like
droop sloop?
in game
Uh,
mechanics.
A
How
droop
much
sloop?
would
would a woodchuck chuck if a
If a
woodchuck
woodchuck
could chuck?
chuck would.
No one here knows the droop snoop meme.
I do not know the droop snoop mean.
No!
I would say
Put away the droop snoot.
I would say
No,
a
Exactly
sloop.
what you're talking about.
a sloop with favorable winds would probably be hitting like 9-10 knots. Let me Google. How fast would a sloop sail?
Hear me out. We load our cannons and fire them behind us to go fast.
Oh wow.
That's the same
They
logic
go up
as,
to-
hey, let's paint the boat red.
I
Sloops
popped a
of
hole in
war?
the back of the raft to make us go faster.
I severely underestimated that. Sloops of war get up to 20 knots.
Jesus Christ. I don't know how fast that
Shit.
is.
20 knots is 37 kilometers an hour, so
I was about to
That's
say,
so
I think
many
it's close to like 15 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour.
yeah.
So many. I can't make that joke. That's a dumb
How
joke.
many feet per turn is that?
The fucking
So
yes. I don't know.
I
Let's
will
see.
divide by 100 and then count to it.
Thank you.
if you think about knots and miles per hour, pretty connected. However, knots are comparable to nautical miles, whereas miles per hour is comparable to feet miles, which are still nautical miles, and like standard miles are still very close, but they're not identical. But it's a
Okay.
good general guesstimate, indubitably.
Okay, so what's the plan? Are we going after this thing?
23
Are
miles
we
per
gonna-
hour.
How many feet per turn is the ship moving technically?
I'm working on it. 23 miles per hour is 33 feet per second. So 33 times 6. 3 times 6. Where's my fucking buttons?
It's like 190.
198.
It's like, well, no, it's like 195, 98. Okay.
Yeah, it's 198. So you're going 198 feet per turn, which is like, it's fast.
Yeah, it's
We
really
can
fast.
catch it.
Okay.
One
It
foot
is.
in the
It is.
water.
But
It
they
is
are the
also a
same
sloop.
boat.
Yeah.
We
Very,
can't catch it.
very similar
Well,
ship.
I mean,
Yes.
like, I could swim.
Oh, you mean you could
So,
catch
hold
it?
on.
Got it.
Yeah.
I will make boat
So,
pumpkin
hold
powered.
on. I just want to also check something. I want to ask something. Would Callum, who knows the seas very well, would he be able to, like, does he know of any ways that, you know, we could maybe move off course a little and catch a really strong wind that's off to, like, knowing the waves and knowing the seas with his terrain expertise aquatic, would I be able to make some kind of survival or lore, maybe not lore seas check, but survival check to see if we can catch some stronger winds, maybe tack more effectively to catch up
Before
to
we
this
do that,
ship?
Go ahead.
before we do that, just remember that he specifically told us that where there's this one bad ship, there's another bad ship that will be right behind it, and we just
Well-
got our asses beat. And
true.
now we're gonna go
So-
fight an entire slaving vessel, and
So, hold
then
on,
have to
hold on.
fight the navy.
Because
So-
Why are we doing this?
I was gonna say it doesn't
but-
matter the
but-
speed if we don't want to go after it.
Go ahead and
But
make a
with
survival
that,
check.
You said the ship that's usually chasing it wants to kill it, correct?
Yeah, the the Okano slavers and generally very close proximity to them, or inevitably will eventually come into close proximity with each other, are the Andorran abolitionists.
Which who?
So Andorran, they are the Andorrans, and the Andorrans are abolitionists. They don't believe in slavery. So the Andorran Grey Corsairs hunt the seas looking for the Okano slave galleys.
I have a question. Which
Uh-huh.
one's chasing which again? Just trying to make sure I keep
The
up with this.
the Grey Corsairs, the
Mhm.
Andorrans, they are chasing the Okanos.
Okay, so the
Canada's our
not
slavers.
slaver guys are chasing the slaver guys.
Correct.
Correct.
All right. I don't care anymore.
With a 18, so you could definitely improve your speed.
Mhm.
It would be like, generally when you're talking in sailing terms, improving your speed means catching an extra 4 or 5 knots, so it's not going to be a drastic, like you're not coming up on them within an hour. You will definitely, with that improvement, without fail, you would absolutely be able to keep them in sight. And given
Maybe close the distance a little bit.
Yeah.
Not like catch up to them, but like close the distance so it's not like they're a tiny figure on the horizon.
exactly, and
Okay.
if you're able to hold that for like
Days.
that's half a day, maybe to a full day, you'd probably be able to close that to combat distance if you chose to. But at the moment, without fail, you can absolutely keep them on your horizon and even close that
Hold
distance a
on.
little bit.
You said they're going the same way that we're going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Generally the same way. I mean, we could always just keep distance, and
Yeah.
when the other ship shows up and they fight each other, we could just,
Swoop
take
in.
advantage of whoever loses.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Also worth noting, Connor, as an inventor, whenever you have like downtime and whatnot, you could also create things to improve your ship speed, especially because you have shipwright stuff, right? Shipwright tools. Yeah, so like you can definitely long term you can make yourself significantly faster. But
Yeah.
The next question that I think we should address is all the stuffs that we got.
got lots of stuffs.
That's
Yeah.
God.
Also,
How
hold
many
on.
paddles are there?
How many paddles?
Yep.
You want to start rowing?
Well, I'm gonna ask my pumpkin fast to roll.
You're gonna ask if you're gonna what?
I'll keep an eye on him.
Really quick,
No,
just
he's-
to get out of the way at the top of the what stuff did we get from the ship? Can Callum make some kind of check to see how much wood he is able to salvage from the ship to incorporate as repair stuff if shit hits the fan and we ever get hit real bad.
Yeah, at the
How much
moment,
wood could a woodchuck chuck?
Woodchuck could chuck a lot of wood. At the moment, you guys kind of have the ship towing behind you.
Oh, okay.
So, like, you have it with you, and you can break down as much of it as you want. If you're looking to, like, cut it loose and just
yeah.
grab repair supplies, you could get a decent amount depending on how long you wanted to spend doing that.
All right.
So that's also a super valid point with this whole slaver thing. Is I
Oh,
totally forgot we were
towing a
towing
ship?
a ship.
Yeah, you're towing.
No chance
Could
we're
have said
catching
that
them.
first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could have
There's
said
no
that
way
first.
we're catching them.
Okay. Here's the.
We'll
here's
be
the
lucky
thing.
if we can see them tomorrow.
Here's the thing. I don't think it matters anymore because honestly,
100%.
guys, my concern was just getting the slavers free, but they already have somebody like
I'll be fine.
doing that. So I say we
Question
just
is, will
find
they
a
be
we.
successful?
Okay, but we can't catch them.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, they do that for a living,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. That's
You drag out
on them to figure out. Honestly, we need to find a port so we can like figure our own shit out and figure out how we're gonna get home for some people. You know, some people want to leave.
I feel like at the moment the port we're heading to is Quint.
Is
Yes, no, maybe.
Is
Are
that
there any
is
other
that what's
ports
more?
anyone knows of? Huh?
I don't know. I don't know world-wise if we have any other ones.
oh, he's not tokenized
We-
yet.
We
What is it?
What's going
What are
on?
those?
Why are we doing this?
Who dat?
I was requested to bring him
What
out.
the hell is even that?
Okay, really quick. As we're sailing along, Theodoric stands towards the side of the ship and leans out and says a prayer and leans over and has his hands just kind of skip along the water as we sail by, and as he has his hand dipped into the water, this drake comes swimming up out of the water and begins swimming alongside us. It is my
All right, take
divine
it out.
ally.
All
Its
hands on deck.
its speed is 45 feet, by the way.
It is 45. Okay, sick.
All
And
hands
not to
on
be,
deck.
not to be the perpetual dick, but just
We
so that
do now
everybody's
just see it.
clear. No. Just so everybody's clear. What you said, like reach over and touch your hand on the water. We're like 25 feet up off the water, just so everybody
No.
understands. Like
No,
That's
no.
not
this
true.
is
Adam's
a,
No,
good.
no.
I
These
got a
are
clarification on
these are
Adam's
low to the
height.
water.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like 5
a
feet.
sloop.
Mhm.
Yeah. Or
That's what he told us when
these
I had to get back on the
particularly.
ship.
These are
I was
climbable.
hanging here. he
And
let me
also,
drop.
like,
Okay.
you have
I
to
have
also
a-
remember, while we're, like, tacking, the boat is really heavily listed towards one side or the other, depending on, like, which way we're tacking.
Yeah.
Especially on, like, a sailboat, like a sailing boat this small. We're, like, leaning heavily towards the side, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that I could, like, stand on the side, grab a rope, and lean far over.
Okay.
Yeah, so
no,
these
that's fair.
sitting like straight upright, they have a profile of about 10 to 15 feet, depending on how heavily they're ballasted. So at the moment,
That's what I was kind of going off of. But yeah, we
Yeah.
have extra weight on right now.
Mhm.
So
so yeah, generally, y'all sit at about a 10-foot profile, and especially like he said, if you're like doing a heavy turn into the wind or anything like that, it'll kind of lean down to one side or the other. Let them sacrifice their lives for the black flag.
So anyone got the list of the items we got?
Yes, it's in the
Damn
boring
it.
minutia.
I'm just
Thanks.
now going back and actually reading through the. What are y'all doing?
Alright.
Oh God.
All right, let's disseminate the boring minutia stuff.
Karina and Apricot have just been like gibbering back and
I'm gonna
forth.
start rolling.
Token stuff.
I'm gonna start rolling some treat wounds while you guys do the token stuff.
Oh,
There we go.
big boy.
All right, so everybody that's injured right now, Jack and Solus cannot be healed right now for at least an hour.
Unless
10 minutes, because
uh,
mine is also 10 minutes.
Yours is also 10 minutes. Okay, then
Nice.
Solus.
unless
Never
you know
mind.
Theodore wants to be really nice and lay his hands all over my nice shiny scales. There you go. I keep them clean, ish.
Well, here's the
gonna-
thing.
gonna pull you back out of
Here's
the
the
pile
thing,
for
DM. What if we're not intending to like totally keep up with the with the slavers? Like we'll keep going in their direction, but not exactly. We can't. Like we
Mhm.
just can't keep up
Yeah.
with them. Can we rest?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Yeah,
if
that's
that
what I
is
was.
if that's the case, then can we just all hit full health because we'll have like more than enough time?
Yeah, I'm not all that fussed about going through the, because I know
Right, there
how
you go.
many of you have like healing options and stuff. This is fine. But it is, however, a good thing to keep in mind for the future of like,
Yes.
hey, if you need quick healing, Simon and Apricot are your way to go. If you need like consistent long-term healing, Theo's got the lay on hands that he can keep refocusing on.
Yep,
Just-
and we can
Yep.
change them out.
Yeah, that's why I'm not trying to like stop y'all from talking this all out, because this is very good information to have in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
if you go down in
Solus, go
battle, I
ahead.
can throw my potions at your face.
So let's go ahead and take the lay on hands as many as.
Yay! Give me 12 hit points. I saw your sheet.
Hey, Captain, I was lying.
It also
I
made me
can't
realize my
create
cantrip's
food, by
level
the way.
I'm sorry. Say again.
I said I was lying. I can't create food, by the way.
You can't create food. Oh, what a
No.
shocker!
Yeah.
What a shocker! You've lied to me and disappointed.
I can
Again.
fluid water.
I figure it's a part of life at this point.
Look,
But,
look,
I
it-
can
but
make
Cat,
water
we have a bunch
tomorrow.
of Cat, we have a bunch of pumpkins below. We can just cook those.
Oh
up.
no.
They're
It-
part of the
like-
crew.
like I imagine every time Karina says something and then it turns out that she can't do it, it's like Jack's just like, yeah, what a shocker. Oh my god, I could not
Oh
believe.
wow!
I
This is
can't
my
believe
shock
you
face.
I can't believe you've lied to me yet again.
You see Solus come up while everyone's like healing and doing their things. Could I get a chance to look at those magic things? I'm actually quite handy with them. I could help
Alright,
help incorporate them into your things and stuff.
Who are my smart people?
Me.
Step up.
He just walked forward.
I will walk forward with Lizard Man. Captain, his splint's not a lie.
Spark still has like one of the. He's like gotten a plank, a 2x4. There were no loose 2x4s on the ship, but he has one, and he's like hiding up like his head under it, like he's like crouched on the ground, and he's like hiding himself. He's
notably, Suya walks up, and everybody just kind of just stares at her, and then she just slithers away. It's like, okay.
Where are my smart people? She stands up. Everyone looks at her. She sits back down.
I gotta fucking bring up magical crafting, because...
Alright. You see all this shit? You see all this loot?
Yep.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Okay.
Gotcha. No problem.
Yep.
Hey, Sparks.
Yes, Captain?
Get back up into the crow's nest.
Right away, Captain! He's like literally like just like running up the side of the...
Mm-hmm.
Sprinting.
He's somehow perpendicular with his claws digging into it's splintering the mast.
Alright, Solus. This should not and will not distract you from making me good alcohol.
Not at all, sir.
Alright. Everybody else, we need to come up with a plan on what we're doing moving forward. I wanted to talk to everybody about it. What's our actual goal here? Just get people home where they want to be?
I mean, that's definitely my goal. Call me selfish, that's fine, but I really got to get home.
Are you intending to stay?
No, I don't need to stay. I think that this is a really cool.
Home.
I need to get my sister. I think she's in a lot of danger, and I really need to help her.
So why do you think she's in a lot of danger?
Well, because we got invaded before I got kicked out of there, and that's kind of how I ended up here.
Oh, you were intending to use this as a ride.
But I want to come back. I mean, I don't want to like
You
leave
just
you
want to
guys.
save your sister.
But I'll bring her with us. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. That's no problem. All right. Family's important. We'll work on it.
But it's a ways away. I mean,
Again, we'll work on it.
I don't have family.
That's good.
That's too bad. That's too bad.
Sucks for you, but that's great for us.
He's just like confused on how to like. I don't know how you want me to.
It's like a tear building up in her eye, but she's like smiling. It's like, I don't have a family.
Yet anyway.
With
a wink.
I'm confused what you want me to say here. Do you want me to say good for you, or you're part of the family now?
That was all, Captain.
Oh, okay,
that was all.
All right.
Don't worry about it. It was stupid. Don't worry about it.
It's just a slow sigh, and
then looks to everybody else. All right, so I don't really care about black blood, honestly. It's a kind of whatever thing. However, if we're gonna survive the seas out here, we're gonna need a name for ourselves. You understand?
My name's Apricot.
That's right. It is Apricot.
I am Solus.
What are we collectively?
Exactly. I'm not saying we need to make up a name right now, but we need to find some kind of reputation, which means we need to find a place to stay.
Well, my business name is Bogtown Bombs, but I don't think that's a good name for the crew. I come from Bogtown, by the way.
It is. No, really?
He goes back to messing with the runes.
It is undoubtedly a bad name.
Oh yeah. By the
Down
way,
bomb.
while we're messing with the runes,
Great
I don't
band
actually
name.
know how it works in this one, but I have detect magic.
What? Type what in?
Detect magic? Why do you need? What does that have? Okay,
don't
this
know,
is a lot.
detecting.
This is a lot of miscellaneous information that has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now.
Oh no, I was throwing that out for because we're going through all the golden stuff. The loot.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You have detect magic. Wow. Okay. Great. Now, next
Thumbs
up.
up.
Earth shattering.
Next thing. We need to figure out what exactly we're gonna do going forward. Do we want a base of operations? Do we want to stay on the ship? We need to decide.
Well, I think a base would be a really good idea, somewhere to port up and
Exactly.
take care of what we need to take care of.
Exactly. And here's what I'm thinking. Those whoever set torches to the town, they're probably gonna do it again. So, I say we find another town.
Well,
And
I guess I wonder, if we stay here by the Shackles, we know that this is Pirate Central, and it's probably just going to keep happening. Do we want to do that by the Shackles, or do we
no, we find
go further
someplace
north?
else. We keep going north. I mean, we're gonna have to go north anyways. I'm just letting you guys know, if we're gonna stay here, if we're gonna be mercenaries of some sort, we're gonna have to leave. So if anybody has any qualms or anything they want to say or do before we leave, quote unquote, the Shackles, say so now. Does anybody have anything against Black Blood? I don't mind going after him, but I don't care.
Soul, is that something to say? Oh, sorry.
I have something I must do here. I cannot leave I cannot leave until I must find someone by the name of Captain Stormcrow, and someone he has taken.
Captain Stormcrow. All right.
Any information on that, DM? Do any of us know anything about Captain Storm guy?
Probably not, but go ahead and
I'm going to say right off the bat, I don't.
Yeah, for those that would have been around here for a while, I'm thinking namely Jack, probably Gunbrid.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want a
Alan.
sailing lore or?
Yeah, sailing lore would probably, or if anybody has underworld, either of those two would work.
15, not great.
Like underworld lore?
Yeah, that's a lore.
Thing?
Yes,
Mhm.
it is.
It is, yeah.
Most lores, the lores are pretty much infinite.
Yeah.
There's a bunch.
But
Like literally,
Sex
you can
lore.
create lores.
yeah, you can create your own lores if you wanted to.
There's
Which is
lores
awesome.
about different types of terrain and
Sex
all sorts
lore.
of stuff.
Okay.
With a
I'm
20.
refreshed.
So it takes a moment because like you get that nagging feeling in the back of your mind, and then it hits you. Stormcrow, you have heard that name. That's oh shit. That's one of the pirate kings. That's one of the ones that sits on the council.
So when he says Stormcrow, and like everyone's like sitting there for a second, like thinking about it, Gunbridge just starts chuckling to himself as he's like manning the wheel at the moment. Yeah, what quarrels do you have with him? Theo.
He is part of the reason I cannot return to my homeland. At least not yet.
Answer the
He took-
question.
I was getting to that. He took someone precious to me. Princess Clarissa of Corvosa, whom I had been assigned to guard as her knight.
Oh,
He is
shit.
somehow part of the plot.
If you let
That took my
Stormcrow get anywhere near her, you didn't do that great of a job. No offense, but
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I did such a horrible job. Yes, I know. I should have expected some invisible wizard bitch to stab me in the back of the throat. I should have expected my father to betray me and everything I knew. I should have expected all of it. Yes, of course. I've
yeah, pretty much.
Alright.
Always playing for
what
the
does it
worst,
matter?
son.
All right. Enough with the fighting.
I will add, on your knowledge of Stormcrow, not only is he a member of the Pirate Council, he is known to work very well hand in hand with Jacqueline. And Jacqueline, where's the word? There it is. Jacqueline is the leader of Mediogalti Island.
I was just about to ask about that, please.
You said
And
with Jacqueline, right?
Jackalyn.
Ooh,
She's
the fantasy Jacqueline, of course.
Yeah, she's the leader of Mediogalti Island. And being that he is one of the council, he is going to be one of the ones at the regatta. Because if you remember, the regatta doesn't start until the entire council is there. Anybody who shows up before then, great. Anybody who doesn't show up before then, try again next year kind of thing.
Is Jacqueline a part of the council as well?
No.
Okay.
No,
She
Jacqueline
just works for Stormcrow, who's a part of the council.
also no. By all accounts, if anything, he probably works for her. Very little is known about her. Very little is known about what she does, who she is. All that is known is the name in conjunction with Mediogalti Island. And Mediogalti is a very, very dangerous place, we'll put it that way. It's a populated island and all of that. It's a city. You can go. And people do.
In the Shackles?
Mm-hmm. And there's a thriving trade route through there and all of that. It's not a place that you're going to go and get jumped by wild animals or anything. But it is the embodiment of, people talk about why am I blanking on? I literally just watched Black Sails, Navarro, or other pirate central cities in our own world where it was chaos and you ran the risk of getting shot in the streets just for showing up. That's the kind of place that Mediogalti is.
Okay. So neither Jacqueline nor Stormcrow are a part of the council.
Stormcrow is a part of the council.
Oh, okay. So Stormcrow is a part of the council, but he works for Jacqueline, most likely. You said no one knows a lot about Jacqueline, but she's going to be at the race.
He will be at the race. Captain Stormcrow will be at the regatta.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, I'll just kind of blurt that out after the captain says stop arguing. Just be like, by the way, he's going to be at the race if we want to take care of him before we're out of town.
But I mean, you're saying take care of him like it's just like a thing. Like it, he's a pirate king. What are we gonna do to him? What do you
Captains,
expect? Is
captains bleed just like everyone else.
Yeah, to people that can. To people that
Flashback
can
to
make
your
them
captain
bleed.
bleeding on the deck.
I take offense to that.
No offense, Captain.
Some taken.
but whatever. What can you do about it?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So,
And on top of that, Black Blood's gonna be there and presumably fighting for a seat on the Pirate Council. And if he does have any beef with us and he is the one that burnt down the town, then with the influence of the Pirate Council, he might not be too keen with us still being alive, given that, he already tried to kill us once.
If he is trying to get a place on the Pirate Council, wouldn't it behoove him to remove one of the other pirate kings and take his place?
No, son, if you win the race at the regatta, you earn yourself a place on the council.
James, you're just not catching any of these Pokemon.
No, I keep seeing them.
I see a string of James sending Pokecatch. And
Trying so hard.
I got one. I got a ball toy at the beginning. That's it.
Sorry,
Yeah, that thing sucks.
I just felt it was important for our audience
Well,
to know
it
what
does
was happening
suck.
to James.
Useless clay doll piece of shit.
Well, I can get to work on these runes if you guys want. I can explain to you guys what they do real quick if you're interested in them. However, it might be more beneficial with my time to copy these runes down for you. Actually, no, that's not true. I know how to make all these runes. So,
Well played, sir.
does anyone want there's
Wait,
returning?
the runes are all common?
I think so.
They are. I think they were mostly level 1 and 2 runes.
Yeah, so I know the levels are ones that I can use, but Connor's right. I didn't check the rarity before I slapped them on, because I get 4 common recipes for taking magical crafting. Let's go into runes real quick. That's a good point.
Well done.
Don't die.
Returning's common.
You good?
Fanged is
Mhm.
uncommon. So I will have to bring that one down. But
Sounded refreshing.
all the other ones are
It was
fine.
good.
I think the Fanged rune will be very interesting for Apricot.
Oh yes, very. But
Bang
will-
runes should probably go to our second.
That's true too. It would also go very well with Gunbrid.
All right,
He
what else?
just shrugs.
So explain to me, what does the potency do?
So basically, if you want me to apply any magical properties to your weapons, like setting things on fire, returning back to your hand, anything that doesn't directly increase your proficiency, or like out of game, like a +1 weapon, or like increases the damage dice. I how do I explain this? In order to apply any of these other runes, I need to apply this potency rune to your weapon first, and I can
Okay.
only apply properties in equal number to how much potency I put in your weapon. So like if I put 1 potency on your sword, I can only put 1 like other property that's like a functional property. So like out
I
of game,
see.
if I give you a +1 sword, I can only put like 1 other like miscellaneous property on it. I need to
Alright.
increase the potency in order to add to the number of properties that thing could hold.
That's
All right,
interesting.
the-
Didn't know that part.
The
Yeah,
fanged,
it's a weird thing.
fanged, I assume applies to people's hands or some shit like that.
Actually,
No, even better.
well, so, how do I explain this? Think of a dog. Make it
Okay.
bigger.
Looks over at the dog.
Make it bigger. Like, more ferocious, like in the wilderness. What are they called? Starts with a W. Whale.
A wolf.
Oh, a wolf. Yeah, that. Yeah, if I put that on the weapon, you can turn into that.
I can turn into a wolf.
Yeah, looks all majestic and stuff.
But
I didn't
In
know
true-
magic was like that.
in true
Any
Dark
other
Souls form,
animal?
It's other stuff too, but why would you turn into anything other than a wolf?
in true Dark Souls form, you turn into that by holding the weapon in your mouth, and you continue to hold the weapon in your mouth. So
Yeah, so
you
you
become the wolf
transform-
with the sword.
Wow.
Amazing.
However,
You transform that wields the fanged weapon its jaws. The animal matches the animal you are most closely your spirit animal.
so
Oh, no.
Solus, for example, would turn into a lizard. Gunbrid would turn into a shark.
Mm-hmm.
Apricot, you're more associated with
larger
plants than
cactus.
animals, so I feel like you would fall into the wolf.
You just turn into a cactus.
Yeah, so if you don't
You
have
can no longer move. You
Stationary.
just
if you don't
Oh,
have
yeah.
a animal
A
associated
cat
to
kiss.
you, you would just turn into a wolf. Wolf is the base form. But like Sparks, Solus, Gunbrid, I would even go so far as to say Karina. They would have you know what? Simon probably as well.
It really draws in the bottom of the barrel. If you have anything animal themed about your character whatsoever, it's gonna take that animal.
hmm And if you don't, you turn into a wolf.
Yeah.
Despite his companion, I think Theo would actually probably turn into a lion if he had took that rune.
So
That's
unfortunately, the fanged rune might take a little bit longer to apply than the other ones. It is a powerful rune indeed. But whichever of you feels you may benefit the most can come over to me. I'll work on your weapon. It takes about the better part of 4 days for me to imbue a rune onto it. And remember, I gotta put a potency rune on it before I can put any other runes on it. So you're looking at some time to get that thing made. But when it does get made, you get a lot of benefits. So, yeah.
Okay, so we only have one potency rune. So does
Yeah,
that
but I can
mean...
make you more.
Okay, I gotcha.
We just have a free one essentially.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
They were generous enough to have some blank rune stones on their ship. But if we want to craft and make more of these things and apply them, we're gonna have to stop in a port somewhere so I can get some stuff.
Apricot is manning the ship with his pumpkins as we speak.
God.
He's naming them.
Well, I gotta
Listen,
be
man.
honest. I could really use the returning rune, but I mean, if somebody else needs it, that'd be fine.
I can make more of those.
All right. So
Wait, hold on, really quick. Hey, Bud. I'm not into the magic crafting, but I do know a little about it. Can't you just instead of having to put it on a runestone and waste the runestone, can't you just put the rune right onto the weapon, craft it right into it, carving it?
What are you talking about?
Well,
Yes,
when you craft. Oh, okay.
That's what I'm
I thought
saying.
you were saying you were
I'm
gonna
tired of you
craft
guys
it onto the
misunderstanding me.
runestone. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's a personal thing. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it would take 4 days for me to put the potency rune on, and then it would take another 4 days for me to put the effect rune on, because you need to have potency on your weapon and or armor before I can put the other one on.
all right.
And then the time adds up. I know. I'm sorry. If there was a way I could do it faster, I would. But crafting's an art. Let's just say.
All right. That's all good and everything. Work on that. We'll start spreading around, getting people geared up and everything.
Captain,
Yes.
hold this, please.
Oh gosh.
I just
What is
Solus
it?
my dagger.
It is a pumpkin, probably the size of your paw.
His name is Lucky.
What?
Black to
Why do
look
I-
after them.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Apricot. Your help is appreciated. Hello, Lucky. And then as Apricot walks off, and he's just like, well, I don't know why we're keeping this one. I really don't know why we're keeping this one. And then no, he's talking about the
pumpkin or the apricot?
yes. The answer is yes.
I have a pumpkin in my hand. Why did I accept the pumpkin? Why do I have a talking plant on my boat?
And we'll turn to everybody. We'll turn to Theo specifically. All right, so you need to save a princess. How much is she willing to pay? No, better. How much are you willing to pay? Theo? Hey, Theo?
Sorry, I was muted. I was talking, but I was muted. Sorry. I may not have as much to give right now, but upon her safe return, and also the capture or killing of her captors, I can return to Corvosa, where if the queen herself does not give you a great reward, I will give you a reward myself. I will have my house and lands back. None of that matters, though. Only she does.
It kind of matters.
Karina's standing behind Theo, just staring daggers at the captain like, you better help.
What do... Alright. You all realize this means we're probably joining a giant pirate race that is gonna inevitably get us all killed, right?
I hate this.
Weren't you the one who wanted to join the pirate raid to, quote, get my money that you were owed?
He
I
just
don't
said
care.
earlier he didn't care.
I don't honestly care about the money thing.
I still care. Money's good.
Yeah, yes,
Like
I
to
know
change
you.
its face.
I know you. No, you don't understand. I don't care about that money. That money, it generally is not worth going after. However, having a princess in the pocket is kind of, well, worth it.
Yeah, sorry, my god wants that money and that money specifically, so we're... Yeah,
which means we're gonna have to become pirates.
Yay!
Can I ask a question real quick? I need some help interpreting something because I'm getting really confused right now. Whoever sends their weapon at me first or their armor, like I have to put a potency rune on it. I'm getting really confused about like how I'm etching it onto the armor. Like if I have the rune, like we have one potency rune, and I have the formula, so I meet the requirements to etch it onto the weapon. But like, do I still need to pay the cost in materials for the crafting because we already have the physical rune, or do I only need to pay the cost in materials if we don't have the rune made yet? Like I'm like I think I might have answered my own question now that I think about it. I think the rune itself is worth what it states on Nethys, so this is the material components for the etching. But like I'm confusing myself by looking at all this shit, so I need you guys to tell me if it makes sense.
Yeah, so correct me if I am wrong, but the potency rune that we got from the ship is etched onto a runestone, correct?
Yes.
It is, so if it's currently etched onto a runestone, then you just need to pay the crafting time to transfer the rune from the runestone
Okay.
onto the
Mhm.
armor.
I
It's
gotcha.
just paying the crafting time.
I gotcha. So like the
Mhm.
having it in the rune is essentially like saying I've got the 35 gold piece worth of shit right here on this rune. I just gotta put
Exactly.
it on the thing. If I didn't have it,
Exactly.
I would need the components,
Mhm.
which is great because we have a lot of blank runes. So
Mhm.
that's really cool.
And it's
Uh,
the same thing for like if you have a rune on your weapon or armor already, it's you don't have to pay the cost to transfer it
Be
to
right
the
back.
runestone.
Yeah.
To a runestone, and then
Thing
you can transfer
is,
from the runestone to something else.
Here's my thing. I'm confused about the blank runestones because I can't find blank runestones on like any items pages, and I need to know how much the blank runestones are worth to determine how much magical components I need to cover to make them into actual runes for you guys.
Hold on, I'll find them.
Do they not go based off of like common, uncommon?
Runestone.
No, they
so
all
on and
have
so
their own
forth.
price.
Runestone is 3
on
gold.
Runestone, 3 gold. This flat piece of stone is specially prepared for etching magical fundamental rune or property.
Wow,
you can
that
only
sucks. I hope I wished it would have been worth more.
Yeah, you can etch only 1 rune upon a stone. Once once a stone is etched, it gains the magic school trait. Blah blah blah. Price listed is for an empty stone. And then the price listed for, like, let's say a carved one. So, for example, the called rune is 60 gold pieces. So the magic to imbue the called would be 57 gold. Roughly.
Gotcha. Got it. All right, that makes sense to me.
Karina's trying to help Solus with his runes, but she has no fucking idea what's going on.
It's gonna take roughly 4 days. So like, who am I doing first, and what am I doing?
I know that Simon gave you a dagger for returning. He doesn't
Yeah,
have to be first, but
Okay. Yeah, I need a queue. I need you guys because I don't
then
really
Simon's
benefit from
dagger of
any of the
returning.
three.
There we go.
Yeah.
First in queue.
Unless someone else has. Okay. It's gonna take me about 8 days to do that. Oh, and fun stuff. It's also not a guarantee because I can always fail the crafting check after the 4 days.
Sick. At least I have an
Fun.
extra dagger.
Crafting is fun. Crafting is fun.
Crafting is fun.
Callum can always give you an aid
Give
because
me an aid.
he is expert in crafting.
Hey.
Inventor, baby.
Oh, Karina's trained in crafting. Not an expert, but yeah, no.
Point is collected up.
Okay. Anything else y'all are trying to sort out at the moment?
I think we have a course set.
Not to my knowledge.
All right. Well, as you work through all of these things and keeping the yellow sails in sight, following them, just kind of not really chasing at the moment, but keeping an eye on everything. You see that towards the end of the night, the sun is beginning to go down. They change course a bit and start making for, looking through your spyglass, land, not far off. Do you follow?
Is land to the east?
Yes.
How long?
I had to angle it in my brain, right?
I
long have
have
we
to do
been
the
sailing?
same thing every time.
It took the better part of the day. So between basically from when you guys left Wayfair.
Question: did we have at least 8 hours left in the day?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I can count this day towards my crafting for my last batch of stuff to craft.
Yeah.
Cool.
You are about 3 days out from Wayfair right now. So you've made,
Oh, so I'm-
decent distance.
I'm almost done with my alcohol.
Nice.
Wait, we're 3 days away from Wayfair or Quint?
From Wayfair. Like you left 3 days ago.
And it would
Okay,
take
okay,
longer to
okay,
get to
okay.
these places.
There are some islands where it takes quite some time, but at the moment you're still
Is
kind of in
Quint
that.
in Wayfair?
No.
Okay.
Quintet.
Or an
So
archipelago. Archipelago.
archipelago. It's like archipelago just made me think yesterday. Coerce. You gotta coerce everyone. Coerce. It's just.
I'm gonna coerce your face in a second.
Please do.
Hey yo.
But yeah, no, they're turning into a relatively small island. Looks like there's a bay that they're aiming for, and as you get a little bit closer, you can see about a mile off from that bay is a small village. Looks like just at a glance, you can see it roughly. Like size-wise, probably enough for 100 to 200 people. You can see a dock outside. It's a small village, but it's a functional one.
That'd be a good place for me to stop and resupply, honestly.
You want to go resupply where the slavers just stopped at?
I thought they stopped near it. I thought you said the village was far. Okay, I mean...
Well, the village is about a mile out.
That's a fair point. We could stop in the wilderness too. Can talk to the Apricot, and I could talk to the wildlife. You'd be surprised how much crafting stuff, magical and normal, you can get just from local wildlife if you throw a few berries at them.
It's not really nice to throw it at them. It's just give it to them.
Nah, they like it. At least that's what my sister said. Did my sister lie to me?
Probably.
That's
Well, I know.
Sleuthy, scaly son of a...
I know Chris stepped off to walk his dog, but I think I don't want to speak for him, but I think that he would probably say no to following them. And I totally agree.
Oh, I don't.
Did we ever see another ship catch up with them?
Stuff.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I'd say he.
Do they look like they're going to the village? Are they selling slaves at the village?
I mean, it's a little too far away. Y'all are still a decent distance away, so it's not really visible of like people's movement.
I don't really need supplies per se. I mean, unless you guys have a reason that you need to stop there.
If you don't absolutely need it, I really think we should avoid it. I don't think that we need to get messed up into slaver stuff right now. That's just an accident waiting to happen.
All right.
Yeah,
where's the
honestly,
next closest
one
port
thing at a
then?
time.
Because we're gonna need to stop for myself as well as Caleb. I assume needs to maybe get some stuff for the ship too.
Yeah, maybe we go like another day or something, and
You see Sparks at the top of the crow's nest. He's like vigilantly keeping watch, but he's pointed in the exact opposite direction from the shoreline. Like he's looking out to sea, like completely away.
Like, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's actually pretty good up here.
No,
yeah.
Slavers! I thought you said cavers. Yeah.
Also, I just want to state out of game, guys. I know Leo's making it sound really urgent in game, because in game to him it is really urgent. But I don't want this to turn into what happened with Jurgen last time, and where
Underdark Part 2 Electric Boogaloo.
And I don't want to like my backstory shenanigans to hog the spotlight. Like if we need to go do something else, or if we want to go do something else, don't take it off the table.
I think the only thing else we have set is to go find Simon's sister. I'm working on a thing right now that I might need to go do.
It's just my sister, no big deal or anything.
No big deal.
It's just the only family that I have left on this earth,
Well, where is Simon's sister?
Yeah.
The Broken Lands. So that's why, it is It is a haul to get there.
Oh, so
Yeah,
I'm
that's why
definitely
I
going
was-
to want to supply as much as possible. Actually,
Okay.
I mean,
Thinking we hit
personally-
this on the way out.
personally, if it's a haul, I'd like to make a little bit, like, it doesn't have to be legitimate, because I know you get, like, however, I like to make a little bit of extra coin first so I could buy some supplies to make use of all the crafting time I'd get on the way there and the way back. I really,
Alright,
I
I'm
really
back,
can't
sorry.
afford for you guys, especially for you guys, to waste crafting time, like, by not having materials.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's why we were saying, oh, let's leave the shackles.
Yeah.
I'm confused. What's going on right now?
We don't want to stop in the
So-
port because the slavers are there, so we're discussing where we want to go now. Unless
Okay.
Jack has something pressing to say about that.
Okay. The slavers are at the port,
Yeah, they're like a
Yeah,
mile
they
away
just
from
pulled
the
into
village.
a port.
and
We can't tell where they're going. We're too far away still.
what about the abolitionists?
They have
seen
not
them
been
yet.
Haven't
seen
seen
yet.
them.
Okay. We need to stop for supplies, and that is it.
We're concerned about having to confront
Captain, that's
this.
not gonna happen.
We're just a little concerned about having to confront the slavers. You hear meat from the crow's nest. If we stop in the village for too long.
Do we have enough to keep going?
If the next port is close by, we could probably make it there. Depends.
Okay.
Someone look at the map.
I mean, I'm looking at a map, but there's ports all over the place. It just depends. Like, I mean, I would guess probably within 2 days. Can you make it that long?
Can anybody not make it? Do we have enough food for everybody to make it 2 days worth?
We chopped up a giant
Oh,
fish,
yeah.
but I don't know how much that actually gives us.
Yeah, there's definitely food.
Okay.
And I promise if we stop at the port, I'm getting involved. It's just gonna happen.
I think that's the first thing she said that you could actually trust, Captain.
Where are the Broken Lands again?
All the way north, right?
Yeah, all the way north. So
Yeah.
they're north of the Shining Kingdom.
It's
That's
gonna
why
be
I-
a while.
It's way out.
Yeah,
I
it's
chose
like-
us.
It's on the rest of the map.
Yeah.
I posed
he
us
can't-
going to the race because it's on the way out. So, hit it as we're going by. If it
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
work out, it doesn't work out.
So, like, if we want to get a little meta here for a second,
What's our best course? Is the best way to put this?
so the best course to get there, if we want to keep our ship, would be to go up the coast through the Eye of Bendigo, and then through the channel in between Rahadum and Cheliax, take the inner sea all the way up to like the Verdran forest, and then we'd have to debark and go on land another like 1,000 miles north to the River Kingdoms. So it is a haul.
Yeah.
So like if you get like this, that's the thing. If you guys are like, yeah, cool, let's help Simon. This is like a journey.
Yeah, and
How did you
that
get
is-
here? No. Let's back it up. How did you get down here if you're all the way up there?
So it's
No, it's gonna be a
Oh, I
thunderstorm
mean,
out.
I'm
It's
from there,
great.
too.
Oh my
It's
god, Connor, do you hear that thunder?
yeah, I just heard it now.
it hit
You're
me
evidently a
and
lot
it
closer to the
echoed
thunder than I am.
over Connor. Sorry, got distracted. I love thunderstorms.
I do
Yep.
too. I don't blame you at all.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, if we want to get into it, it's well, it doesn't have to be a long story, but basically,
That's really
like,
funny. We're communicating faster than the speed of sound.
Hey,
Literally.
hey, let him talk, guys. Let him talk.
Sorry.
So I come from a really small village. It was kind of just like a village of orphans, to be honest. We kind of just all like helped raise each other. Have you guys heard about all the stuff that happened in Bravoy, like all the takeover and everything? Well,
I would assume I have.
if you haven't,
I may be a little. I may be known to it. Yes. What of it? What does it matter?
well, so when Bravoy fell to the people that came and took it over, pretty much like all of our parents were killed, except like save a few. So we all just kind of fled as far as we could. We ended up into the River Kingdom somewhere, and we just started like a little village in there. And as we were going through and just living our lives, you know, people were growing up, kids being had. It was great. It was fun. It was awesome. And then the people from Bravoy came to finish the job, I guess. And they're kind of culty, I guess. That's kind of how I see it anyway. And so they had like these powerful magic people, and they were, you know, killing a bunch of people and taking slaves, and it was awful. And I was out hunting with a friend of mine, and when I came back, I see like our village on fire and these cultists dragging people away, and I went to go save my sister, and then one of the witches turned around and looked at me and just kind of flicked her hand at me, and I just flew into a tree. But it didn't hurt. I just kind of like flew into the tree and then out of the tree, but it wasn't the same tree, and I somehow ended up in Wayfair. And she just like shot me across the world through a tree. And I don't really know how it happened. I don't pretend to be the smartest guy on the planet or anything. And I don't really know like what I'm gonna find when I get home. I don't think they're gonna be there anymore. That would be ridiculous. It probably went back to Bravoy if I had to guess. But I don't know, like she's all I got left other than my dog here. And I don't know, I really want to find her. I just don't want him to be like doing anything weird to her, you know, like all the weird culty stuff. It just
Let me
it gives me the
understand this.
heebie-jeebies.
Let me understand this. You're Brevin.
I guess. I mean, I was born there technically, but like I grew up in the woods, so I don't really claim the River Kings, if anything.
All right. All right. Looks over at Theo. Do you know where your princess is?
From what last bit of information I was able to glean, she had been taken to the stronghold of Captain Stormcrow somewhere here in the Shackles.
And what was this princess's name again?
Lady Clarissa.
Well, do you think that if it's his if it's his stronghold, but if he works for that Jacqueline lady, wouldn't he probably be on Mediogalti, or is that, am I wrong? I don't know.
It doesn't matter. How do you know that she's alive?
I don't. But my quest was simple. Bring back Lady Clarissa and those that took her.
And where
Well,
exactly
Queen
are
did
you?
Hold
not
on, you said
specify.
simple. That's not really simple. That's really hard, actually.
She did not specify.
Where are you bringing her back to? Like, what is she princess of?
Corvosa. She is the daughter of. She is the daughter of Queen Cressidia Croft of Corvosa. Up north,
Where is
the southern
Corvosa?
part of the southern part of Varsia, just north of the
Oh.
Mindspin Mountains.
You know, that actually might be the best stop anyway, because we could just instead of sailing and then going north, we could just go to Varisia and then go east from there. I mean, we got to go through the Eye of Dread, but you know, it's not as terrible as they say. It just kind of sucks. It's not that bad.
Through Lastwall and Ustalov? Or are you saying we
Well-
should go north through the desert?
Well, I'd say through Ustalov. I actually the guy who kind of raised me, he was from Ustalov. He was great.
Upon hearing you say raised and Ustalov in the same sentence, Theodore kind of gets wide-eyed at Simon for a second, and then shakes his head and
As soon as
snaps back to reality.
as
Oh,
soon as
there went
he
ground.
because I would notice it.
Mhm.
Oh, you probably think he's an assassin or something, right?
No. It's just I
Does
know.
does anyone know the name of the world?
Galarian.
Galarian.
Thank you. Sorry, I forgot it. Brain farted for a second.
No, it's
I really thought you were about to pull another Galarian. It's not the world, it's the continent. I was gonna be so mad.
It's the planet, you uncultured swine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, I just
God.
I know Lastwall or Ustalov, or that area, the Eye of Dread, is known for a powerful necromancer that once ruled there, and hearing that you were raised, my mind went somewhere for a moment. Pardon me.
Oh, well, yeah. So that I mean, that's kind of why the lands were broken. You know, like there's a whole lot of culty nonsense that went on up in between, like that whole area. But yeah, no, typically Ustalav is known for its assassins, and it just kind of throws people off sometimes. But they're nice people, really.
Is the map pinned in any of our channels?
I actually just created a world map that you all can see. You're actually on it right now on Foundry.
We
Right, but
can't,
At least
everything I
is.
can't see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it did the thing. Hold on. Configure. Lighting.
Well, I meant like, is there
Open
one in one of our
mission.
channels like more
Save.
permanent? But
There you go. Now can you see?
oh, you said Varisia. From Varisia. Oh, a very specific part of Varisia.
Whereabouts?
The
Ever
world
heard of the
just keeps
mush?
getting smaller, and I hate it.
Ever heard of the Mush Fens? Bunch of swamps. Swampy place. Swampy swamp.
To the west, yes?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, I live there. Tiny little town
I've
called Bogtown.
I've not been there myself, but I am familiar with the lands.
Oh, yeah, the creatures are rather unfriendly. We get a lot of people coming through that can't afford to pay for caravans and stuff, and, bandits. And if you don't get caught by bandits that are making you pay an arm and a leg for a, quote-unquote protection while going through the swamp, or, you either get robbed by bandits or eaten by the creatures they were supposedly protecting you from. So we just kind of live in the middle of the swamp helping people if they end up in our little town. I think we had an elf last time I was there, but I don't remember. Anyways, it's not like I want to go back home or anything. I just thought it was a nice little coincidence.
What a coincidence it is.
If you ever want to meet a bunch of lizard folk, you know where to go.
Oh, I just saw them on the Slytherin coast.
Ah, we're everywhere,
Okay. Okay.
It's a small world after all.
You shut the hell up. All right. This is what's gonna happen. This is how we're gonna break it down then. We need to save a princess, right? And that's technically
That
the
is-
closest thing to us.
That is my mission, and I don't know if any of you have any other business here.
So
Thanks.
here's how I see it. We save the princess, then use the money to fund us on our way to go help your family and win us a pirate race along the way.
That sounds great.
So, pirate race. Smart people. Figure it the fuck out.
Simon
We
smiles
need to
because he
go
knows
back.
you're not talking to him.
Like making the ship go fast?
Exactly.
Oh, I'm not that kind of smart. Okay. Whew.
Callum speaks up.
Oh, thank God.
James.
So,
How am I
I
cursing?
think I can do a few things.
Okay, wait, I'm in the Arcadian Ocean.
Yeah, I know. Come with me.
Okay. Okay.
Keep going, Connor. Sorry. James is just being dumb.
I don't know the map.
I can do some things.
Fair enough.
If you give me a little bit of time, I can probably work something up to make us a little bit more slippery through the sea. Might need a hell of a lot of beeswax for that though. What kind? Okay. Can I make a crafting check to see like what kinds of uh like what kinds of things I can do, like maybe an aquatic lore check to see what kinds of things I can do to more easily have us slip through the ocean.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, did anybody
Or
actually
maybe a
run the
crafting check
fucking
or lore sense check.
go with a lore check? Did anybody actually
Okay.
run the by Chris that y'all found a village?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it
Film that.
okay?
I was.
Yeah.
We told they told me we don't want to do it because slavers, and I'm like, I mean, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? But whatever.
Fair. I just wanted to make sure because I've been doing like a dozen things.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Actually, Adam, can I make it a crafting check because of specialty crafting shipbuilding? It specifically says for crafting checks. For
Okay.
Okay. Wait, hold on. It says, oh, if I master, it becomes +2, not expert. Okay. Huzzah!
Okay. So the most efficient way to increase speed, like aside from building additional things to increase your speed, like additional sails or stuff like that, and then all the things that as an inventor you could probably come up with, just strictly stuff you can do to make it faster. You'll want to. I'm blanking on the actual term for it, but you essentially pull the ship up onto land. Keel haul. So you'll take the ship up
That's
onto the sand. Not keel haul. No.
Keel hauling is not that
No.
amazing.
No.
That's a torture. That's a torture method designed
No.
to kill traders.
Not even
What
a
am I-
torture method. That's just a fucking execution method.
What am I fucking thinking of? Anyway, you bring the ship up onto the sand.
You're going
And-
onto the dry dock.
Beaching.
Yeah, you take off like
You
on the
beach
bottom.
ship.
Yeah, on the bottom of the keel, you would clear off any of the barnacles that have come up, repair any like minor holes that would be creating drag, wax the bottom, stuff like that, like things to lower friction. Most of the like simple, quick, make it faster is going to involve getting the ship up onto land, which is best done at a shipwright.
Is there a shipwright in the little town ahead of us?
Make a perception check. If you steal the spyglass from Captain Jack, I'll give you a circumstance bonus.
I found out where Sparks is from because I found a version of that map with all the stereotypes on it, and
Oh,
I just
no.
seen a region that says drugs and slaves.
I will steal it from him.
Okay, go ahead and make a +2 circumstance bonus perception check.
Huzzah!
Yes, there is. It's off like so you have the main dock,
Mhm.
and then off to the side, the right hand side, there's a large building and you can see a portion of the wall has been cut out where you would sail the ship in, and you can like just faintly see like cranes and ropes and things like that to lift the ship up out of the water.
Okay. All right. So there is a shipyard there. I can make the ship faster. It's only gonna take how many days would it take?
For the simple fixes, 2-3 days max.
So I can take 2 or 3 days, and I'll fix the ship up right, so we can move a little faster through the water. I don't know how long we have until it starts, though. You guys are the experts on that.
It starts when the council gets there, so there's no real saying.
When does
we
the
just
council normally get there?
There's no real saying. We just want to get there as quickly as possible. So make it snappy if you can.
You got it, boss.
Well then, Karina,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a condition that you have to follow. I
Really
don't.
hate conditions.
Don't worry, I'm pretty sure you'll like this one.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure, 98% sure, that these slavers are gonna try to pull some bullshit.
Yeah.
I will let you handle them,
Bullshit first.
but bullshit first.
Okay.
You understand me? We do not throw the first punch, but the moment the first
We
punch
just prepare
happens.
the first punch.
Exactly. Does
Mhm.
everybody else understand that?
Got it, Captain.
We are here.
Understood.
We are here to get dry dock and fix our shit up. And if they want to cause trouble for us, we can give them trouble back.
Of all the
Captain.
things out there, why was I not able to
Oh.
think of dry dock? That's the thing we still
Cap-
actively do.
Captain.
How far are we from the island?
You'd be there by the end of the day, like before nightfall.
What?
I need spending money.
What do you mean you need spending money?
Oh,
Give me
you
your
want me to make
gold.
things for you? Things cost money.
Oh, you can have mine.
No. My responsibility to handle shit like that, so that's what I
Good.
have.
I didn't want to give mine away.
I
We have
have.
all
Yeah, go ahead.
we have all that money from the ship we just got. We could probably just start a ship fund out of that.
We are going to do so. However, I don't much like slavers. Does anybody here really like slavers?
No.
You
No.
see a shaky claw come from the crow's nest, and you see a thumbs down from Sparks.
Well then, I want them to start a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That said, we are definitely not starting the fight. Do I make myself clear?
Gotcha, Captain. And she gives a wink.
Never would we ever even think about starting a fight with somebody else.
Absolutely never. Gives another wink.
Also, really quick, while we were on our way here, Callum was gonna make a crafting check to fix Theo's shield.
Okay.
And I also, guys, if you don't mind
What's
me
the
asking,
DC for repair?
I think it's 10, maybe Possibly.
I think
I don't
it's I thought it was 15. Or that's
I don't-
well, I know
I'm-
that's medicine
I'm
anyway.
being generous.
Hold
Repair.
on. If I
Repair.
click
You
my
spend
thing.
10 minutes. It says about the same DC to repair a given item as it is to craft it in the first place. Ah. So go to the
So,
earn income table
stock-
and go to the level for which the item is.
It's a level 0.
So that's usually, I mean,
So
fuck if I know.
14. Shit. I failed.
Oof.
With a plus 10.
I can
You
just
gotta-
repair for you.
You gotta get assurance on that, man.
We're not docking near their ship, are we?
No.
No.
It's the
Why
cove.
are my rules so shit?
I mean, if you want to reasonably, you would have been able to try and repair it several times. By the time
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah. And it can't
Like,
go bad
I don't-
multiple times, can it?
I don't want to take that away from you.
Okay, that one
Fucking
worked.
There we go. He fucks it up
Why
the
are
first
my
time.
rolls so shit? Rolls a nat 20.
That's the thing is
God
you just
damn
gotta call the dice gods out every now and then. They'll be like, oh yeah, fuck.
Yep. Fuck you,
Oh,
dice
shit.
gods.
No, shit.
Ah, shit, I forgot to give
He's
him.
complaining about his rolls. Oh, right.
Oh
We
god, oh
gotta-
fuck, oh god, oh fuck.
They forgot to flip the switch.
Oh my
Uh,
god, the carrot is back! Quick, give him a 20!
Crew, before you all head
Not
out
the
into
carrot.
your various directions, I need all of you to tell me which of you. I know, Josh, you're No,
Simon.
you're Simon. Yeah, okay. I know Simon told me he would like the returning on his dagger, so I'm gonna be working on that, and I have runes for that. But I need all of you to tell me, like, does everyone just vaguely, generally okay with getting a potency rune, and then you can like figure out what other runes you want later? Because I need to make a shopping list, or I'm gonna get disorganized real quick.
Can you put potency runes on? Do you have potency runes for armor? Or do
I
you
have-
just have potency runes for weapons?
Unfortunately, that is one level above what I can do right now. Armor potency, I believe, is level 4.
That's a little out of my skill set. Approximately 1 level. So I mean,
Yeah.
A +1 armor potency is level 5,
Yeah, there you go. So it's 2 levels. You know, I'm sorry, I can't do that right now.
and
but
you
I
have,
can.
to be an expert.
And yeah, but I think at that, I'm already an expert in crafting.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's not hard to be that. It's just a
Eh.
neat little thing to know.
How'd you already get expert in crafting?
Level 3, we all get skill increases, and you can use them to increase any thing that you want to either trained or expert.
Oh shit.
Yep,
Mhm,
Arconis is also an expert in crafting.
Yep,
At
yep,
level
yep.
7, you can start increasing
we had a
them to
Canadian
master,
on
and
the
at
ship.
level 14, you can start increasing them to legendary. Or 17, I forgot.
How dare you forget about him there, bud?
No, you can increase things to legendary at like level 10 or like level
10?
14 because level
It's
15 is
14.
when you get the legendary X, like the legendary
it's-
diplomacy.
Okay.
Legendary.
He fucking clears his throat.
15 for sure.
Yeah, I heard him prepare the Canadian.
He was getting ready.
I heard him prepare the
That
Canadian.
said, how many of you want a potency rune? I don't need one because I don't use a weapon. Unfortunately, bomb launchers
alright.
don't count as weapons.
All right. The question is, the people who need potency runes are going to be people who are like, who are actually using weapons. So let's
Yeah, who's using
prioritize that. Let's prioritize that for a
Give me
second.
so I know
Who
Theodore.
uses a weapon? Jack
Would
does
think.
for sure.
Jack,
I hope Simon does.
Simon,
Jack,
So
and
Gunbrid
Simon.
actually
Arconis.
doesn't need one because of his rage. He
Mhm.
doesn't
does.
use one.
I
during
know
rage.
Callum uses a weapon, but as an inventor, you add your own specialties to it, right? If I'm not mistaken. I've only like briefly touched on inventors, so I'm not.
It depends. Is he a weapon?
Yeah.
Guy? He's
Yeah.
a weapon guy. Yeah, you do your own shit.
I love you guys, but please prioritize the PC because remember, it takes 4 days to do one of these things.
Also true.
We
Um,
are. Don't worry. Don't worry.
So
Sorry.
No,
Jack,
I intend
Simon.
to switch out Shuya and Jack a lot because Jack is the captain.
yeah, you are absolutely welcome to do that. By the way, for
Yeah, I plan on
anybody
using
who,
Sparks a lot too. Sparks has a lot of spells.
yeah, like these
Well,
are
I know it help.
crew, but it
helps
is
with
also
keeping- yeah, it helps with keeping Solus on deck a lot to
Yeah,
specifically
to-
work on crafting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Theodoric needs one. Solus doesn't need one. Simon's already in the queue. Does Karina need one?
So
He's got a
no,
gun, but
before we-
no.
before we go. Like Simon has 3 weapons, but I'm not now. I am not suggesting that I do all 3 at the one time. Like that would be ridiculous. But like I've got my dagger right now, and maybe like 2 people, then I do my bow, and then like 2 people and I do my rapier,
Yeah,
or something like that. Like, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I've got a journal entry with I've got a journal entry like set up shopping list with a queue on, so
Okay.
I'm organizing that right now.
Yeah, I don't want to like take it from anybody, but I do have quite a few weapons.
So I mean,
3 potency runes.
Karina has a gun. I don't
do
know
have a
that.
gun, but I don't really.
I don't know that we want to use a potency rune on her gun because she's not very good with it.
Is screaming about why the fuck
Karina
you have
doesn't
a
need
gun.
one. Jack, Jack, 1 potency rune.
Yes, Jack doesn't. Jack actually probably is the only one who actually like just needs one. He should be first, honestly, of all the people.
No,
Africa.
I need nothing.
Okay, now the crew. Sparks does not need one. Does Shuya need one?
Okay. Instead of potency, she needs hand wraps.
Unfortunately. Oh wait, what's hand wraps?
Hand wraps of might, I think they're called.
Hand.
I believe.
Wraps.
Hand wraps of mighty
I'm pretty sure that's almost a level 0, but I don't know.
Hand wraps.
I am seeing level 2 and up, which obviously works for you guys.
Oh, I see.
And
that's just
they
a magical item. That's not even a rune.
Yeah, she doesn't need.
Interestingly, they can be etched with runes, just like weapons. So you would just need to find some hand wraps and then or make hand wraps.
I can make
and
them. Well,
yeah.
I can't. I don't have the recipe for them, and I'm 50-50 on like the specialty of like, you know, whether this place has. Like, it probably has formulas for basic things. I don't know if they'll have a formula for.
Well,
hand
there's
wraps.
only one way to find out. We go dock.
Is this a common item?
The hand wraps?
Yeah.
Uh.
I ask because it's a +1 in and of itself, and usually initial +1s are usually uncommon.
Let me see.
Because this is a little metagamey, but I didn't like my fourth crafting is not taking up because as Connor pointed out, one of them was uncommon.
So hand wraps are the weird one. Is the issue because
it's got multiple levels.
Not only is it multiple levels, it's like different. Like a lot of things use hand wraps. Like summoners, for instance, use hand wraps.
Okay, no problem. We'll go in. We'll see if they have the item. We can just buy it. If they have the formula, we'll buy that. They cost the same. Unfortunately,
I have to see like what.
Okay, I'll put that on the shopping list. So
real quick question, Solus, you don't have anything that enhances magic, do you?
Nope. No, there's nope. Unfortunately, enhancing magic is what.
Not a thing.
There is one.
If there is, you're not gonna find it at a shop.
Unfortunate, but like stuff like when you make there's nothing that'll give you like a +1 on your ranged attack roll for a spell or anything, which sucks and I hate it.
Okay, so who made Pathfinder and why are they class racist?
Hey,
I mean,
look.
there are a lot of people that homebrew it in, like, because a lot of people have like focuses like the Witch's Familiar, although I don't know what the semantics of carving something into a Witch's Familiar.
I would like a hat for my axolotl. That gives me a +1.
You're gonna have a hat for him. Oh, I don't know that I'm giving you any.
For him?
Yeah, I don't know that I'm giving you any bonuses, but I'll give you a hat.
That's good enough. I'm gonna go find a top hat for my axolotl.
And then
unrelated.
You want me to put potency +1 on that as well.
But the axolotl with a hat just made me think of the best thing I've ever seen in art.
Sorry, I know we keep getting distracted, but I just want to finish this list real quick so we can. Sorry, I don't mean to be. So Shuya, hand wraps, and a potency rune. Does Gunbrid need anything?
No, he's good.
Gunbrid's good. Does Caleb need anything? Even if it's like an accessory rune, I can do accessory.
Gunbrid would need hand wraps.
Gunbrid.
Okay, Gunbrid needs hand wraps.
Okay, so if we find a hand wrap, then I'm gonna spend the time to learn the formula with it before So we can multiply that.
Doesn't Gunbird use a great axe?
No, when he's raging, he uses his mouth.
Ah, yes. Understood.
Okay.
Elsewise, believe it or not, I think it makes me stop raging.
God, you have 53 health at level 3. What the
Arconus,
fuck?
do you need anything?
Wait, what? Who has 53 health?
Gunbird.
Barbarian and Orc,
Oh,
yeah.
barbarian. Damn it.
Yeah.
That's
He's a
why.
barbarian with
I have
16
50 health and
That's
I have
about
toughness.
Do you need anything, Arco?
Arco.
I've been talking this whole time.
I know.
Yeah, he
but
said he would probably want
I-
one.
I calmly said that he might need at least one potency rune. Doesn't need
Arco,
that much.
I'm sorry if you're speaking. The reason I'm like going down the list here is because like this is how I'm organizing it. One potency rune. And finally, Alberti. Does Alberti need anything?
Okay. I understand what the hand wraps are.
No, I was muted. Sorry, but no.
Okay, no problem.
I understand what the hand wraps are now. They are a weapon just for adding runes onto. It's not
Mhm.
like it's a piece of cloth, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you etch runes onto.
Correct.
So the only thing you need
So it's weird that
is
like the base
is the
hand wraps
price-
isn't here.
It is the price of no, because hand wraps themselves are
They're
the
just
magic
gloves.
item.
No, I got
they're
it.
just the item. So you
Okay.
would just need like the 35 gold and the access to being able to craft them.
That's interesting. That's really cool actually, because what that tells me from looking at this entry here is that I don't actually need to get you any runes. I can just craft. Well, yeah, no, wait. That's actually a weird. Okay, that actually
You only
complicates
need to
things
learn
slightly.
the formula.
Oh my god! Fucking shit! I don't know if you guys could hear that lightning. That
No.
was instantaneous. That was like outside window. Oh, there's
So-
embers there. Oh,
So
that's
the
true.
base level 2 hand wraps of Mighty Blows are just wraps, and you meditate and you invest in them, same as like attuning to an item. You attune to the hand wraps, and then from that point on, you can add or transfer runes to and from the hand wraps just as you would for a weapon. So
Yes.
you like the base level 2 35 gold hand wraps don't do shit, but you can start adding runes and things to them.
Well,
And-
they add +1.
Right. And then for
yeah,
let's
okay,
say
so
by
the
level
plus-
4, they might have the +1 and increase your weapon damage die or something like that.
Yeah, hear me out. Striking is different than potency. I didn't even see that. My bad.
Like, yes, striking and potency are very different
Striking
things.
gives you more damage. It's actually
Potency
really
potency is just a plus to your attack.
good. Okay, so tell me what I need to buy for that.
The best way to put it is like you can't just add like a. Here's the thing: hand wraps have a very specific thing. Like they are very specific. It's not like it's a rune thing that you just add other runes onto.
Yeah.
Like
can
it's
use
not a
striking moves
weapon that
and-
you. They're not specifically a weapon that you can mod out. They are an item that people who use their hands use.
I see. It makes sense because the weapon potency +1 costs the same as the +1 hand wraps of Mighty
Yeah.
Blows.
So
So I'll get you a weapon potency rune and I'll put it on some hand wraps and then I'll
yeah, exactly.
and then you can do whatever the fuck else you want with it. You can put property runes on it if you want. I don't give a shit. So okay, so here's my thank you for fuck, why can't I thank you for entertaining me. I got the shopping list. It's probably gonna be I probably can't buy all this stuff at once, but it's good to know what we need. So we need 8 potency runes and 2 hand wraps, which I don't know how much fucking cloth is gonna cost. So
It's 35 gold to make.
Yeah.
well, it's 35 gold because of the runes that I have to put on it.
No. The hand wraps
Oh.
are 35 gold.
Oh, okay.
It is an item. that you
Right, it's an item.
invest, not a
Okay, then we gotta see if we can find it then, because I don't have the formula for it.
Yeah.
So, making your way to the docks. It's a relatively small village, though pretty packed. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not making another map for a whole ass village. That was a lot. So,
That's sure.
we will paint the image for you. Pulling up to the docks, you can see the ship right off to the side with that large, like almost crane-like structure inside. Probably about 150 to 200 people live in this village, and a solid like 30% of them are out on the docks right now, kind of wrapping up for the day. It becomes very clear very quickly that the primary means of work, or the primary job in this city or village, is fishing. There are people just crowding these docks, pulling in their last catches for the day, cleaning everything up, and getting home. You can see, kind of framing this bay, a large what's the word I'm looking for? A rock formation, like a large crag almost, with a couple of sharp spires that look almost like teeth, kind of hooking up and over the village. And at the top of one of those spires is a lighthouse with a flame burning in a very, very large brazier. As you head down into the main street, you see multiple rows of like mostly wooden buildings. There's a few nicely constructed stone buildings, one of which you can see kind of in the back left side of the village, which much more egregious than the others, presumably the mayor or something like that. But most of these buildings are fairly simple wooden construction. You see.
I just want to ask, what time of day are we arriving here?
End of the day, so like getting into night.
So I would have finished my alcohol?
Sure. You can see signs hanging down on this main street depicting the various buildings that you're passing. You see a general store, tavern, blacksmith, carpenters, a healer, like a doctor's office, if you will. And at the very end of the street, kind of tucked back away from everything else, you see a small hut with a wooden sign hanging in front of it of a glass bottle. This is the apothecary.
Fucking lightning outside now. It's killing me. It's great. I love it, but I can't watch it. I love to stand outside in the rain. It's wonderful.
And as you pass by, the people are shockingly friendly, even with your like clearly your black sails, and like it's not hard to guess who you all are. They don't raise any questions. They just kind of welcome you to Port Seabreeze.
So you said we didn't dock next to the slaver ship. Were we like close to it at any point? Did we pass by it?
I mean, you probably would have passed by it. So they tucked into a cove about a mile and a half away from the village.
Okay. And you said we probably passed by the cove. Do you know like distance at which we did so?
I mean, that depends. Are you trying to be seen passing by? Like, how much are you not trying to give away that you're checking on them?
Well, I don't know. I want to throw Peach overboard to go to the ship when we get within a distance. I don't know how close the crew feels comfortable getting, but
I say we just act as if, we're doing what we came here to do,
Mm-hmm.
So
solid.
whatever
Distance that is.
You'd probably be like, if you're just passing by and trying to make it look like you're just here to head to the village. 2 miles out to sea.
All right.
Okay.
Who's staying on the Who's staying on the ship, and who's disembarking?
Sparks will be staying on the ship out of fear, but he's gonna frame it as saying that he's gonna keep an eye on the ship so no one fucks with it.
Good man. Good
All
man.
right. Who else?
Gunbird
Let's go
will
down.
stay.
Let's go down.
Yeah.
Okay, down the Discord list. David.
Arconis will stay on the boat.
Chris.
Shuya will stay for now.
Connor.
So Callum is staying on the boat. Because we're putting it into the dry dock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Callum is staying with the boat. Theo is probably getting off of it and going to go look for a blacksmith of some kind.
Okay.
James.
Gunbird
as
is
for-
staying.
Yep. Then if Gunbrid and Julia are staying, then Alberti will stay as a support.
The other one that I forgot to mention, there is also a chapel to Matravash. And if
You're
you
gonna need to say that one more again.
Matravash, Matravash.
You say a shackled
particular-
Matravas?
No, there is a chapel to Matravash.
It's a god.
Oh.
It's a deity.
I thought
yeah.
you said shackled. I was like, is this some kind of beast
the
that's
fuck is
standing
that?
guard on the port? Or what are we
Do we
doing?
know the alignment and background of said god?
You can make a religion check.
I would assume
Apparently, if
occultism wouldn't work.
Apparently,
Yeah, occultism would work.
And I never
Okay.
do. Also, can I make my crafting check for the alcohol at some point?
Go for it.
I'm gonna
26.
use assurance on it.
Matravash is a lawful neutral god. They are a patron of cities, nature, travel, the seas, things of that nature. They're known as a healing god. Primary, edicts, the good things that you would do in service to that god would be aiding the persecuted, practicing contemplation and restraint, meditation, things like that. Anathemas would be looting water, revealing location of non-evil fugitives, things like that. Generally a good person.
And that is why we won't do anything. We
Hey
are
God,
just
is this
here-
one of your friends?
Fuck no.
No.
Dude's a nerd.
Should I
Fucking
I
loser.
background our religion?
I use my religion for getting money. He's using it for helping people.
EU.
And if you are pulling into the shipwright, you see a sign kind of hanging off naming it the Saltwater Shipwright. You pull in, and there's a man in very clearly captain's regalia, but a little bit aged. He hasn't been doing this for a while now, but he's still kind of putting on those airs. He introduces himself as Captain Drake. And
He walks up to us and introduces himself.
Mhm.
I'll approach and say, "I'm Jack. I run this little merry band."
for the good old days of doing that once more. Well, if you're going to be using of my services tonight, before we discuss prices, how long would you be looking to use my services?
I would have dragged Callum off the ship just for this.
Come here, bitch.
All right, this is my
boss.
this is my local smart boy. He makes things go.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm the thing that I'm the one that's keeping this rust bucket together. I mean, she's a fine ship, Captain. She's a beautiful ship.
she's something, that's for sure. So what? How long would you be looking to
we'll go
use
with
my?
that.
How long would you be looking to use my premises?
Well, really, we're just kind of looking to fix up the keel a bit here. It's only 3-4 days, maybe. Depends on how long it takes to, scrape them barnacles off and stuff. So yeah, 3-4 days.
Starts walking around the ship with you, looking over the keel and everything. I think you could get her done in that time. I could even offer some assistance to speed it up for a little bit extra, but if you're just looking to use the facilities, let's call it 20 gold a night.
What kind of money we got, boss?
That sound fair?
Make a. I always forget. Is there like an insight or a?
There is a sense motive.
So that'd be
Yeah.
society.
Go ahead and make
or-
a make a sense motive.
Let
I
me
think
go
I
get
think it
that
falls
real
under
quick.
perception. Does it?
Let me go
I thought it was
Depending, I
society.
believe you would be able to use society as a
Sense
substitute because,
motive,
like, I know
is a
some
perception
skills.
check, or you can do probably a society for.
Society's not useful for a lot of things. A lot of people complain about it.
Would we overhear this?
You'd be there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sense motive.
I have this thing called Lie to Me, and I can use my deception instead of my perception to see if someone's lying to me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ooh.
at least I think that's what it says.
You can use deception. Yeah. Okay.
I know it's an
Not
ability.
bad, not bad.
Okay. It is generally the single perception compared the result to the deception of the creature. Yeah. It seems a little skewed. Not terribly. He's not trying to gut you for everything you're worth, but he's definitely taking his share off the top.
where are you guys just on the docks still?
In the shipwright.
I don't know what that is.
That's where you build and repair ships.
Oh. Should have brought Sparks with you.
Oh, you put it
He's
in
my
there.
charisma. He's my
Thank
charisma
you.
makes money go down character.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm gonna roll this real quick. I rolled it privately.
Yeah. Like I said, he's definitely taking his piece off the top. It's a little higher than it should be. Not trying to gut you or anything, but it's a little high.
able to
What would be
haggle it
more
down.
reasonable? Like 15?
Probably down to like 15 would be standard. You could probably haggle down to like 12 or 10 if you're feeling
Okay.
spicy.
All right. He'll say, seems rather high.
You're not gonna find anything better in the area. I mean, just look at all the maintenance equipment we have around. We could get your ship pulled straight out the water with no need to get you up on the
I
sand or
don't
anything.
know about that, Captain Drake. We found a shipwright down the way, only a mile or two out. Was offering 12.
Really now?
Yeah.
Is she
She's just like leaning on the side of the boat as they're down talking to him.
Well,
Perhaps we can offer. Perhaps we can start off with a possibly looking for some other sort of deal. We did happen to come across a fairly wrecked and fairly wrecked ship. Perhaps we could strike some kind of deal. It's not really, well, at least according to this one here, it is not really worth too much as a ship anymore, but I'm sure that you could make quite a bit of use of it for repairs for your other customers, and Theodoric would like to make an impression. Attempt to make an impression.
okay.
Could I aid him with the deception in what I said?
Yeah.
Hopefully this works.
Hold on.
Solid.
Nice. So you have a +1. That is
Give me a
a
second to find-
diplomacy check against his will DC.
Yep. I'm just pulling the make an impression action.
And a +1 for you, Theo. For circumstance.
I'm just pulling, yeah. The make an impression action.
With at least 1 minute of conversation during which you engage in charismatic overtures, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the conversation, attempt a diplomacy check against a will DC of target, modified by any circumstances a GM sees fit. Diplomacy check.
There we go. Aha! That's why I couldn't find it, because it was over in exploration rather than, yeah. Oh wait, I can't click on Theo. So I'll just make my diplomacy check with a +1 circumstance. From that. Yeah.
All right. He starts like kind of scratching his beard a little bit. Leans out over the edge of the railing so he can look back behind you and see the ship tailing behind. That could be brought down to a lot of good repair parts. Not much use in rebuilding it. I could make use of it, yay. So, in that case, you're not looking for any supplies. You've obviously got plenty of those. You are still using me spaces, but if
But surely the
If after-
amount of resources that you could salvage off of this ship would be far more worth any time that we spend in your facility.
Oh, indeed, no doubt. Now, if you'll give me access to the lumber there, I can cut this down significantly. Now, mind you, I am going to have to still have you pay a little bit, because, well, the longer you're here means other people can't be here, So let's call it 5 gold a night. You'll not find a better deal anywhere.
Just to clear. Well, never mind.
Okay. No. What do you say? What were you gonna ask? What were you gonna ask?
It's super meta, so I'm not gonna ask it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and
All right.
I mean, this is something that Callum did last time. He assessed the worth of the remaining lumber.
I understand that. He assessed the worth of the remaining lumber at about 3,000. We're gonna give it to this guy.
No, not 3,000. It was 3,000 to repair it.
Yeah, and then we could sell it for 7,000 to 10,000, making 3,000 plus gold. So we could spend the money and repair it and double our
A lot of
investment.
crafting.
It's a lot of crafting.
Yeah, it's a lot of crafting, but it's a lot of
I
crafting.
mean, that's a lot of
I'm
crafting.
not saying
I
that.
could do
Yeah.
off the profit. Is what I'm
I'm
saying.
not saying anything about how hard it would be, but we're about to give this guy our boat so that we don't have to pay 20 gold a night. Are we crazy? That's why I say it's meta. Like, we're losing so much money off this.
I didn't know that. I wasn't here
Yeah.
for this.
So the ship that you currently have, you could make probably a couple hundred just strictly off of lumber, which, this. Or if you spend it would take about 3,000 gold worth of materials, which is a lot. You would be able to repair it to a fully functional ship, at which point you could either add it as a second piece to your fleet, or turn around and try to sell that ship, which could go anywhere from 7,000 to 10,000. So it's a heavy upfront investment, but you'd be looking at about a 4,000 to 7,000 gold profit.
That's why I
Or
mentioned,
we start a fleet of
Or you start a
traders
fleet.
that Solus can supply with
Yeah.
his hooch,
Mhm.
and we have like a constant flow of income.
So,
Do we
so
wanna
that's
do
actually
that
what I was
then?
mentioning. That's actually what I was mentioning earlier, and I thank you, Josh, for bringing that up because it makes me feel like someone listened when I said it in chat a few times ago. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate you.
I'm here for you, dog.
I had said earlier, that's the reason I'm making the alcohol and stuff, and I kind of put a cheeky nod to it in chat. Yeah, I'm kind of half joking when I say like I can sell this shit as imported stuff, because I am gonna sell this shit as imported stuff. In fact, I'm gonna be taking one of the class feats that's like super underrated in like hashed on, which lets me like double my production value of like all the things that I craft, because I want to like start selling and making an income for you guys, so that we can actually start like like that's why I keep saying I want to start a business and like
Okay.
trades and stuff. So we can-
That's all good. That's all good. In that case, when he hears that deal,
But yeah,
hold on.
let me
hold
back
on.
up, because I'll say if we had decided that we're going to fix up the ship, then Theo would have made his impression like that, saying, we could bring you quite a bit of profit. His making impression would have been more along the lines of, if you allow us access to your facilities and allow us to fix up our destroyed ship here, which we already have a skilled crafter to do such a thing, we could bring you quite a bit of profit and make
Jack
a
will
good friend.
Jack will cut in here. As well as the impression was, you're essentially telling him he's gonna get a cut of whatever we bring in. I want nothing
Yeah.
to do with that. Jack wants nothing to do with that.
It's also like Theo kind of stepping in to speak for the captain, which is super against pirate code.
Which is no. I actually like that he brought
Sorry,
it
I
up.
tried to make use of a skill I
you're
have.
good. You're good. You're
Dude, I'm not
good.
talking crap. I'm just saying.
I will say
Trying to
though
make an
that
impression.
Jack did say at the beginning that he dragged Theo here. Or no,
He dragged
No, he dragged Cal.
I'm here.
My bad. Never mind. Yeah, fuck you. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, fuck you.
Just kidding.
Yeah, he'll
Do that,
Excuse me
man.
for trying to roleplay and use
It's
a
okay.
ability.
No,
There were misunderstandings, everywhere.
I'm not against it. Jack would chime in. Theo, as much as I appreciate your willingness to work with our good captain, what was your
Drake.
name again? Drake. Thank you, Crane.
Yeah.
We have our own plans with that ship. I'm willing to settle the deal at 14 gold a night for now.
You know,
I think that's more than fair, considering the normal wage would probably be about 12.
I'll settle on 14 a night for your 3 days. And if I could counteroffer, if you're looking to repair that hunk of junk, well, that's going to take you quite some time. And I have excellent facilities for such. Leave it in my care. And I'll even cut you a deal for how long it'll be here. We'll drop that price even further to 12 gold a night for as long as it's in dock.
And what do you get out of this?
I get a steady flow of 12 gold a night for a ship.
I was about to say that's a great deal for him.
Especially
Here's
given that
the-
Adam said this is a relatively small village.
Is he offering to fix the ship as well?
No. He's offering a place to store the ship while you guys work on it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So here's the thing, though. We need to find 3,000 gold to fix the ship.
I'm telling you.
Uh-huh.
Well, here's the thing. Presumably, we don't need or at least Solus would say this. Well, presumably, we wouldn't need the 3,000 all at once. If this is an ongoing thing, and as he mentioned, and as you would know, or as Caleb, I would gesture towards Caleb would know, it's going to take some time to repair. So, like, as we gather the expendable income to fix this ship, we could start purchasing the lumber and the materials required and begin working on it. As long as we eventually accumulate 3,000 to finish the ship, I mean, we could start with, say, 500 or 1,000 and then buy our first stuff and then start, working on it. It doesn't have to be 3,000, like,
There's other
down
shipwrecks out there too.
front.
We can scout
Yeah,
them.
hey!
Your
see?
friend,
That's
your friend's
what I
got
do with
business.
my crafting components.
Your friend's got business acumen, and not to mention, whilst you're gathering the money for such, I am a shipwright by trade, and well, I can help acquire the materials. You provide me with the funds, and I'll provide you with the lumber needed.
I can do the repairs, no problem.
Right, but acquiring the materials.
Here's the thing, Caleb. You're not being left here. And
That
I
means
want
we
it.
have a.
Well, I
have
mean,
a
it's
vested interest in this.
3,000 in like raw, like lumber and stuff. If we
you're
want
not-
to, someone else to fix it, you're gonna have to. We're probably like, I mean, you tell me. You're the one who actually, gets paid to fix up ships and stuff. How much do you usually get paid to fix up ships?
My labor fees are a bit shorter than docking, All I'd really be looking for is maybe 10%.
So, This is how I want to go above table with this real quick and just talk this out real quick.
Yeah.
My thing is that what I want to do is give him 200 gold right off, right?
How much
And
gold do you
say,
have in
hold.
total?
We have 300, like just holding, just sitting here.
Okay.
I want to give him 200 gold right off, and then pool the rest of our money together. The money that we all gain at the beginning of the campaign, and say, here, hold this 200 gold. We give it to you directly. Pay you now for a month. The full thing, rather than the 12 gold a day.
Mhm.
That way, and that's like the exchange we would be making is we'd have to pay him a large sum now, and he'd be losing out like on a daily situation, but we would be giving him a large sum now.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now, for the repairs, I say we tell him to fix it, right? And we start on a regular basis sending him money.
And that would increase the it would go from 3,000 to 3,300.
Exactly.
So not a huge jump.
Only 3,300? I thought you said it would bump it up quite a bit to like 5,000.
No, his repair. So that's including the docking and repair fees is a decent chunk. But strictly the repair fees, he's only asking for 10%.
Especially because it's going to be time. It's going to take a lot of time to repair it. So we are probably looking at like 5K. It's just going to be over the course of time. We're about to go kill a bunch of pirate kings. Like, we're going to get the money.
I also want to mention that
Bold.
means we have a vested interest in the wellness of this village, meaning that we
I
probably
know.
have to deal with the slavers.
Which means, yes.
Hey.
Yes. No,
I just see Chris behind his screen doing the finger tap. It's all coming together.
together.
Which plays into what I was talking about before, which is making this place indebted to us.
Yep.
Oh, is
So-
this the place we're doing this now?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean,
Oh.
might as well.
Oh, fuck, it's happening! People, stay calm! Stay
I've been over in the main chat.
All right, but what I'm offering this guy is basically 200 gold up front and then 3,300 gold over time. And to pay for the repairs of the ship and doing everything he needs for it. That way, we don't have to worry about building it ourselves. We can change it and upgrade it whenever we actually have a fully functioning ship. And then we can go on our merry way and do whatever the fuck we need to do, which is the race. And when we get back, we have another ship that we can use for our trading vessel, to be our trading vessel.
And a village full of people to recruit from.
Exactly.
Yep.
Does anybody have any problems or want to make any amends to this plan?
How long are we spending in this village right now?
3 days at max.
Could I push you to 4?
I was about to say, I think 3 days at minimum if we have to deal with the slavers, right?
Could
Well,
it be
okay, it
4
depends
so that I
on
could get my
how
first-
long it takes to deal with the slavers. That's what I'll say.
Could we possibly push to 4 by any chance so I can get the first property potency rune done?
So of note, don't you have to have that weapon to do that?
Yeah.
That's why
it
he's
would
saying-
probably be best.
Yeah, he's
I know,
saying
yeah,
like
so
spend 4 days just downtime 4 days.
I just want to specify because Jack was saying something about his would probably go first because that's his like
that's fair.
only thing.
Mhm.
I just don't want Jack to be weaponless to go fight slavers.
As long as I have, so if we're spending 4 days here, as long as we have 8 hours in the day of downtime, like assuming it doesn't take us a whole day of like, oh god, I hope we're not fighting for a whole day. I can use those 8 hours as downtime to work
Yeah,
on
but you
said
still
thing
need
that
the
can count
root.
as my crafting.
You still need the
Mhm.
weapon.
Yeah,
like,
but-
I couldn't use the weapon in between all that, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, but if it's like 8, like, well, we can play it by ear because it doesn't have to be 4 consecutive days of crafting. But if there's a day that goes by where we did a thing and now it's like we have downtime, and say Captain Jack doesn't need his sword for like some 8 hours in a day, you can just throw
Okay.
it my way and I'll continue
So,
working on it.
so do you need my sword for until it's finished, or no? That is the question.
No, it doesn't have to be consecutive.
Just for the 8 hours.
Yeah, if whenever you have 8 hours in a day that you
Ah.
don't specifically need your sword, throw it my way. I'll continue working on it.
Okay, that's easy. That's easy enough.
Okay,
Mhm.
so then it
Okay.
doesn't have to be 4 days here.
Yeah, we don't have to do 4
Oh, you're
days.
straight.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying we're staying as long as it takes to handle the slavers.
No problem.
Which I will ask Drake about in just a second. Now, first, let's handle the deal. So Jack will be like, mulling it over, listening to all these arguments and everything, and then hold up a hand. Captain Drake, here's the deal. We want to turn that ship into a trading vessel. And so, I'm willing to have it repaired. If I pay you a full 200 gold up front, and then have you paid regularly for the repairs completed, can we have that done?
Interesting. Now, see, the 200 gold up front won't go straight to your repair costs, of course. That would be
No.
to the docking for the
No.
month that you spoke of.
Yes, exactly.
And then any incoming gold will go towards repairs. I'll note that 200 gold won't quite cover a month, but I'm willing to take the 200 gold up front for as long as that lasts, and then any incoming gold towards repair costs. If we reach a point where the incoming gold needs to go towards the docking fees, I'm going to pay those first, and we'll continue with the repair costs.
Fair.
And, should it take longer than a month, I'll be certain to find a way to get word to you before that comes so you can continue to adjust your decision as needed.
250 gold for the month.
250 gold, aye.
Okay. I won't
It's
be
still
able to buy
it's
as
still
many-
less than for
Oh,
the month,
mhm.
but
But it'll last
I
for
I
a
won't be
while.
able to buy as
250
many runes
No,
for
no,
you guys, but
it's well, we have a bunch of gold. Like everybody has a whole bunch of gold. So I'm willing to. I'm saying everybody take your 15 gold and like throw it at Solus, essentially.
Yeah,
And
if
we'll
you're
make more money as we go.
having him
Well,
craft something for you, it comes out of your pocket kind of thing.
yeah, I gotta sell my alcohol, which should be profitable because I spent a gold on each of the components a single gold on each of the components, but I should be able to make that back in some more, because if you go to alcohol under crafting, it's 1 copper piece or more, which we interpreted as like as much money as you spend into making the alcohol. I didn't really want to make 1 copper piece worth alcohol anyway, because fuck that.
That's like a
Random
beer.
question. Random question about this, because when we first gave the chest back to Captain Blackblood, he did not pay us anything, right? Just to confirm. He gave us the ship instead.
He gave us the ship instead.
I thought he.
But
did
it
pay
wasn't
something.
necessarily. But okay, he promised if there anything happened, if he didn't pay, if we didn't get our money out of it, we'd keep the ship. That's what Apricot was saying.
Yeah, he didn't
Was that-
give us a ship. He loaned us a ship. and
He
then
loaned us the
fucked
ship,
off.
but Apricot
And
was
then,
saying
yeah.
if anything happens, we're keeping the ship.
Yeah, the ship became your payment,
Just wanna
essentially.
make
Yeah.
sure.
Which
I just wanna make sure, because I only have
some
like
money.
I only have like 20 gold, So I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't like super crazy.
No. We didn't get paid anything else
Not crazy,
beyond
but this is the campaign where Adam allowed us to start with our starting goal, right?
that. Yes. He started. He
Yeah,
said the same for both.
Yeah, I elected to take some items.
Oh, yeah, I
some
didn't.
extra items because I come from the woods where I wouldn't have gold anyway, or like very limited anyway. So it just
Nope.
made more sense for me.
Problem.
So
Now-
so again, that's the 250 gold up front for the month.
Mhm.
It's less than it's less than the month, but it's 250 gold now.
250
All
gold
good
more than
with
you
that.
had.
Hey, Captain, is business done?
Almost, sweetheart.
Can I be dismissed?
Not yet. You're gonna want to hear this next part.
Hey.
Is that acceptable, Captain?
I can work with that. Yeah.
All right. Pay him the 250 gold.
He lets out a very sharp whistle, and a couple of people come running from the other side of the dry dock and start like attaching ropes and pulleys and such to both ships.
Now, can that 250 gold include Calum's bit on his working on the ship? We'll only be here for a few days, hopefully.
That seems fair enough.
All right.
All right.
So, am I getting to work right away?
Calum, get to work.
You got it. All right.
All right, and finally, Captain Drake, I wanted to talk to you about something very specific.
And that'd be?
Since I have a very vested interest in seeing this village, that what you would call it,
That'd be the word.
nice and homey for my trading vessel. What's with the slavers? Are they gonna be a problem?
Spotted them, did you?
Yeah.
Most folk don't recognize them by sight. So, well to you. No, for the most part, they're not a problem. Unless you have a problem with that sort of thing. They keep mostly to themselves. Dock themselves in one of the coves. Come through to the central village every now and then. Make their trades. Both import and export, unfortunately.
And I'm guessing they take things from people here. Mostly
Actually,
people.
Yeah, you'd be surprised they don't take much in the way of things. Mostly, people. And then they're on their merry way.
I see. Now, Captain, I'm not asking for a discount, mind you. But in your eye, removing them, what kind of favor would you take for that?
Get them out of here, and then there's more people around to excite trade in the region. Means more ships in the area, which means more ships getting broken. Leads to a steady workflow. I'd probably be willing to kill your docking fee.
Well then.
I like the way you think, Captain Drake.
Oh, that's so much money. That's so huge.
Well then. Let's see what we can do about these slavers then.
Bingo.
I saw there was a chapel to that god here. Any laws I should know about before I get started?
Laws are a finicky thing around here.
Yeah, I assumed. But I ain't trying to fall afoul of some idiot trying to rescue some slavers, if you understand what I mean.
No, you're not gonna have to worry about that. At least, not from What's his name? That old coot up there. I don't go much. I don't know him as well as I should. He goes Father
Alright.
Gregory or something like that. Yeah, he's mostly keeps to himself, just does his own thing.
You heard that, sweetheart? You have free reign and free game. Don't get yourself in any trouble that I know I need to come back and save your ass for, though. You can go now.
One last question, actually. If one were to clean up the infestation here and bring trade to the region, it would be important for a man like myself to get his work out there.
Sure.
Would you be opposed to a maker's mark?
On the trading vessel, no.
Very well.
Stay clear of our ship, though.
Wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't be doing the repairs on your ship anyway. You've got a man for that. It'll assist my business, which, of course, would in turn assist yours.
No, it's...
As soon as he said that she was dismissed, sorry, I was muted. She grabs Simon's hand and she takes off. We're going to the city.
It's fucking running.
I'm glad we were on the same page there.
Yeah. Heading to the tavern.
Oh boy, straight in.
Doesn't want to, get into trouble by herself. And also, when I start seeing through my familiar, I need someone to be there, and I can't trust Theo because.
Can I come with
He
you?
left
I
last
need
time.
to sell my alcohol.
She's distant, but she's like, yeah.
Okay. Well, before we get into fully exploring the village,
In that case, can Jack stay and basically work with?
Yeah.
Drake, and then
Yeah,
Shuya
Drake.
Shuya can head on out.
she's gonna
What is
go.
this island called?
I do not have a name for the island. Just
We'll
a-
name it then. Don't worry
We'll
about
name
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll name
Okay,
it once
I'm
we're
just
done.
Exactly.
gonna title it Our Island for now.
fair. Before we get into the nitty gritty of exploring Port Seabreeze, I'm gonna go ahead and call it for this week so that we can spend as much time as needed on this next week. I will give you. I will put some quick notes into Discord so you guys have an idea of what's where, and think about your downtime / investigation / assault / whatever you plan to do here.
I will say
And,
one thing real quick to you guys. For crafting purposes, crafting taking 4 days is all good and nice. But if you're interested, it actually costs, because if I only craft for 4 days, it's basically just as if we had bought the item, and that's convenient for when it's not common. There's not always an enchanter or a person you can buy specific things. But if you let me craft stuff for more than 4 days, I can actually lower the cost of the item significantly, to pay for, essentially. Which is where the
Okay,
major
I'm
benefits.
okay
So if
with
you
that
were-
because we're gonna be on the road
Yeah,
and on the
especially since I'll
boat
be
for
crafting. I love that, honestly, and that's
Mhm.
why I was really hoping to.
Yeah, that's a
get
really
stuff.
cool idea. I like how
Yeah.
they did that. That said, I'm
because we
gonna
have to sail the whole way north.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
peace out real quick, say my farewells, and I'll be
Assurance
back
for
with
crafting
shortly.
is great though.
So for chat, we appreciate you coming out. This was a much calmer session than last time around, and I foresee that it will be for a few. Last session was incredibly violent, and so it's going to take them some time to recover from everything and get themselves situated in their potentially new home. That said, we'll see you next time. I'm going to go ahead and raid over to Dice Functional, and as always, I hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you next week.